play in the Dome in Minneapolis, but the odds are excellent that he will now play in the playoffs. Ralph Tam remains out. Mark Logan inactive because of a hamstring problem. Dana Stubblefield's right knee is bothering him to the point where they're not going to take any chances today. And Troy Wilson, although a right shoulder problem, will be out again today. So week to week on him. Key injury. Well, let's take the coin toss as the referee is out there right now. Johnny Greer.
Yeah. Who's going to call it over here? I got it. I've got tails and heads. Call it while it's in the air. Tails. He calls tails. It is a heads. They want the ball. Cool.
49ers want the ball, and the Broncos say, of course.
Give me the ball. Give me the ball.
All right, this week's contestant in Safeway and KGO's $49,000 Gold Rush contest is April Regalado, who's already won a pair of Southwest Airline tickets. And if the Niners return this kickoff for a touchdown, April gets $49,000. You can pick up your entry form at any Northern California Safeway deli department, then listen to win on KGR flagship station in San Francisco. And the other injury, Steve Atwater with a hamstring, who just voted to the Pro Bowl, will not play today for the Broncos. Elway is playing with a knee strain. He missed last week's game. They've lost their two best running backs, Rod Bernstein on injured reserve, Leonard Russell on injured reserve, both unable to play. That's going to hurt him a lot. Also, Dave Wyman has missed the first 10 games of the year. He's just getting back into shape. The former Stanford star has a knee injury. Center Keith Kart's a big loss because they've had to rearrange the offensive line since he had a ski accident last spring. So here's today's starting lineup, sponsored by Yardbirds Home Centers, with 10 Bay Area locations near you for all your needs. And we'll start with the 49ers on offense, which will be Steve Wallace at left tackle, Jesse Cipolla left guard, Bart Oates at center, Eric Deese the right guard, and Harris Barton the right tackle. Jerry Rice and John Taylor are the receivers. Brent Jones is the tight end. Ricky Waters in the backfield along with William Floyd, and the quarterback is Steve Young. So getting ready for the kickoff from Jason Elam and Dexter Carter back at the 2-yard line to our right. Saturday football. College season's over, so the NFL is going to grab those days and fill up the weekend for you. Let's just see a few extra games that way.
Well, you know, we haven't touched on it, but the 49ers have said it enough this week, Joe, that and they're absolutely right. This game today is the most important one they've played this season, because this will get them where they've wanted to be since way back in training camp, and that is at home throughout the playoffs. There is a lot at stake in this game today.
Yeah, I can't imagine, Wayne, there'd be any lack of motivation for this one.
Sure shouldn't be, because if they falter today and they go into a hornet's nest next week against the Minnesota Vikings indoors in a dome in Minneapolis with a team that desperately needs to win.
So conditions good this afternoon. A little bit of a wind here today, a little bit of a breeze. Temperature in the low 60s. And Jason Elam ready to kick off. Field looks like it's in real good shape. We've had rain during the week here in Northern California, but the field looks excellent. And Dexter Carter stands at about the 3-yard line as he awaits the kickoff from Elam out of Hawaii. Crowd making some noise as he approaches the ball, and here's the kick. It's high and fairly short as it's taken at the 7 by Dexter on the far side of the field. It falls down at the 15, but wasn't touched. Cuts to his right at the 20, and they're going to say he was touched, apparently. Looked to me like he slipped past the tackler and actually just fell down, but maybe got a hand on him reaching out is all that could have happened on that play. Reggie Rivers on the special team coverage. Yeah, I just got his hand on Carter. So the 49ers will begin at the 15, an 8-yard return.
Well, he stopped to make a cut. To put on the brakes and slid probably about 5 or 6 feet before he went down. So that turf is a little shaky out there, particularly at that end of the field.
Shane Dronette, Ted Washington, Harold Hasselbach, and Simon Fletcher, the down 4 linemen for the Denver Broncos. On first down, Floyd's in the backfield, 2 receivers out to the right, 2 to the left. Jones slotted left. Waters in the pattern as well. Pass in the left flat to Floyd. Comes up the left side across the 20. Pushes over people and ends up before Darrell Hall forces him out of bounds. He gets all the way out to the 24-yard line. Hall is starting for Steve Atwater. The rest of their defense, Carl Mecklenburg, back again in his 12th year after holding out till just before the 94 opener. Mike Kroll and Elijah Alexander, the other linebackers. Alexander, a tremendous player who was fairly average with the Bucs, has emerged as a star in Denver. Ben Smith and Ray Crockett on the corners. Dennis Smith, Darrell Hall are the safeties. That was a 9-yard gain. 2nd and 1, 24-yard line. Split backs. Taylor and Rice both to the left side. Taylor goes in motion. Ben Smith follows him over there. Young with a play fake. Slant in. Goes to Rice. Makes the catch. He gets the first down at the 34-yard line. Tackle is made by Ray Crockett.
As we said, those slant-in patterns that the 49ers favor with Jerry Rice and John Taylor going to be a little bit more beneficial for them today without Steve Atwater playing at strong safety for the Denver Broncos, one of the big hitters in the league. And you have to look out for him if you're a pass receiver coming across that middle. The 49ers won't have to do that today.
That was an 11-yard pass play out to the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. 2 receivers out to the right, 2 to the left side. Only Floyd in the backfield, lined up behind Steve Wallace. Young may be changing the play. Rice is trying to get the signal. Now Floyd lines up on the right side in the backfield. And they're started to show blitz. 49ers taking a long time, but they do get the play off. Young drops back to throw. Passes over the top to William Floyd. Makes the catch, crosses the 40-yard line. Actually lands right on the 40-yard line. Mecklenburg in on the tackle there along with Elijah Alexander.
I think we got to make note that that pass that Jerry Rice caught over the middle was his 100th of the season. Second time that he's gone over 100 catches in a season, and that ties the NFL record held by Sterling Sharp.
So the ball is just on the 40-yard line. San Francisco with a 2nd and 5. No score. We're in the first quarter of the first series of the game. Rice out to the left side. It's a handoff, though, to Ricky Waters on a counter, and he was grabbed by Mecklenburg as he reached the 43-yard line. 49ers have become incredibly effective on slow, effective drives. I mean, not long plays so much in recent weeks, but just grinding teams down with a mix of plays.
The trap play that time with Derek Deese, the right guard, pulling, and Waters folding in behind him.
2 yards to the 42. No score first quarter. Only 2.5 minutes into the game. 3rd and 3. 42-yard line to San Francisco. Rice and Brent Jones are out to the right side. Receiver out to the left is Singleton. And back to throw. Young gets it to Jerry Rice at the 45, up the right side to the other 45 and down to the 43-yard line on the nice catch, and then run down by Dennis Smith from behind with help from Ben Smith.
Pretty big hit by Dennis Smith, who along with Atwater, 2 of the hardest hitting safeties in the game. Dennis Smith been in 6 Pro Bowls. He made the Pro Bowl last year, but they didn't want to play with him this year. They did not. They thought that they could get along without him, and they found out they couldn't. He came back, and he really hasn't approached his levels of the past, but still a pretty good player.
6 Pro Bowls. Ronnie Lott's roommate at USC. 1st and 10 at the 44 after that 14-yard gain. They're in Denver territory. Rice and Jones out to the left side. Singleton out to the right with Ricky Waters. Floyd in the backfield. Down 4 alignment. Hand off to Floyd. Sweeps to the outside. Slips a little bit. Then tries to slide in underneath a tackler. And it got up a little bit before Ted Washington makes the tackle for Denver. We'll mark it at about the 41-yard line.
And that turf is coming up all over the place.
Yeah.
Joe. Every time somebody makes a cut, they're having problems with their footing.
You know, the groundskeepers, Wayne, claim up and down that all those rumors that if it rains a lot and raises the level underneath the stadium makes the ground worse. They say no. The players swear by it. They think absolutely yes.
Is that osmosis or diffusion?
We've got an injured 49er leaving the field, John Taylor. We'll bring up to date on that as soon as we can. Here's Ricky on a counter, breaks to the left side, gets to the 35, down to the 30, and pushed out of bounds inside the 30 by Mike Kroll. First down, San Francisco. But if Rich is watching, John Taylor's headed for the locker room.
Yeah.
You got it?
No word just yet, guys.
Okay.
I'll check it out for you.
All right, thanks. Taylor doesn't look like he's having trouble walking, whatever the injury might be. Or maybe it's even some sort of equipment thing they have to replace. 12-yard gain on that play, though. San Francisco has a 1st and 10 down at the 29 to the Broncos. Singleton out to the left side, lines up against Crockett. Out to the far side goes Jerry Rice. Split backs. Play fake to Waters. Play fake short pass. Now Young rolls to his left, throws sidearm, and throws it away out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Good coverage on the play. Crockett on Singleton.
It's his first miss, 4 of 5, and he went to about 3 options before he basically just threw that one away.
We got an update from Rich, I think.
Yeah, we do. John Taylor with back spasms, and he's had a history of those back problems. You know, Young with that miss, he had 18 straight from last week, carrying over from the 4 for 4 to open this one.
Pretty impressive. And, you know, John Taylor's really been hot. He's got a touchdown in each of the last 4 games. He's really back to where he was. 2nd and 10 at the 29-yard line. 2 receivers out to the left side, Jones and Rice. 2 receivers out to the right. Singleton out there with Waters. Quick pass, slant in. Jerry Rice drags Crockett all the way down to the 11-yard line. Crockett just couldn't haul him down right away. It was like trying to rope a steer. Finally brings him down 49ers get another 1st and 10 just inside the 12.
It just amazes me that some defenders just don't get it. That they'll give Jerry Rice the inside, and lay off on his outside shoulder. Now, that's the easiest throw a quarterback can make, is that pass over the middle. So you got to favor the inside, overplay the inside, and if the guy cuts back outside, he may have you by a step, but it's a tougher throw for the quarterback.
1st and 10 down at the 12-yard line after a 17-yard gain on that play. Split backs, Floyd and Waters. Now Jones in motion from the left side. Young goes straight back to throw. Little short pass, left flat. One-handed catch by Ricky. Breaks inside, dives into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. What a play by Ricky on that one. Waters scores, and Steve Young on that pass becomes the all-time #1 single-season touchdown thrower in 49er history with 32.
Boy, that wasn't an ordinary catch by any means. Young back in the pocket. Waters checked for a blitz, slipped out in the flat. Young saw him, flipped it to him, but he flipped it way high, and Waters went up and grabbed it with his right hand, brought it back, got his balance, made a good cut at the 5, and then bowled into the end zone. That was a great individual effort by Ricky Waters.
Can't do it any better than that. That's for the highlight films. One-handed catch by Ricky. Superb play.
You can call that the catch of the day right now, as far as I'm concerned.
Text, give me the card. Catch of the game, sponsored by State Compensation Insurance Fund. 12-yard touchdown pass to Ricky Waters. The workers' comp insurer preferred by more California employers than any other. Call 1-800-892-6000 or ask your broker for details. State Fund, making workers' comp work. Tune in tomorrow afternoon between 5 and 6 in San Francisco on KGO for the State Fund Catch of the Game replay and win a major 49er prize. The extra point by Doug Bryan is up and good, and San Francisco takes a 7-0 lead with 9:36 to go in the first quarter. Back after this.
Friends fly free, friends fly free. Everybody talking about friends fly free. It's a smart way to get from point A to B on Southwest Airlines. Friends fly free, friends fly free. Everybody talking about friends fly free. Bring a friend from home or from your company on Southwest Airlines. You gotta be 18, buy an unrestricted fare, book at least a day ahead, and you're almost there. The best thing is your ticket is refundable and stay overnight and save yourself a bundle. Friends fly free, friends fly free. Everybody talking about friends fly free.
Tickets must be purchased within 1 day of making reservations. Seats are limited. Some restrictions apply. Fare does not include passenger facility charges of up to $12 round trip. Southwest, the low-fare airline.
Call 1-800.
Welcome back to Candlestick Park. San Francisco leads at 7-0. Deion Sanders and others made sure that that ball was immediately taken off the field. We'll get an update from Rich on that story in a moment because of the record set by Steve with that touchdown pass, number 32 on the year. Glenn Milburn back near the 5-yard line. The former Stanford star is back there with Jeff Campbell to return this kick, but it's a very short bouncing kick, and it's taken way, way upfield, in fact, and brought back by a running back, Derek Clark, who is brought down just across the 35 near the 36-yard line by Derek Lavelle. Another timeout on the field, 7-0 San Francisco. Back after this.
What is thy bidding, my master?
There is a great disturbance in the Force. Get his battery.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Still going. Long-lasting Energizer batteries keep going and going.
Beechwood aged Budweiser.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Broncos begin with two tight ends in the game, Shannon Sharp and Jerry Evans. John Elway at quarterback. Set the lineup for you in a moment. 1st and 10, 36-yard line. They trail San Francisco 7-0. Back to throw is Elway on 1st down, and he fumbles the ball as the sack is made. Woodall makes the sack. Ball comes loose. 49ers pick it up. Ball on it. They'll have it at the 22-yard line of the Broncos.
Oh, Woodall immediately on Elway. Elway set up a short drop. It wasn't a long drop by any means, about a 3-step drop. He planted his foot, and Woodall hit him, and the ball came out.
And Rhett Hall, making his first start as a 49er, recovers the ball for San Francisco, replacing Dana Stubblefield today.
Woodall got a no-touch. He came blitzing from his right outside linebacker position, and no one picked him up.
Dennis Brown landed on it first, and then Rhett Hall got it after that. So it's 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line for San Francisco, leading 7-0 as they get the ball right back. Not a pretty picture right now for the Broncos to start this game. Ricky Waters in motion to the left side. Young drops back to throw. Some pressure from Hall. Goes deep middle. Touchdown 49ers. What a catch by Jerry Rice.
What a throw.
Stretching with his fingertips on a great pass that had to stay in front of the defender.
Oh, that was a great touch pass and a sensational fingertip catch. And we're seeing stuff. You know, I said to you during the commercial, this is like watching the Los Angeles Lakers with Magic Johnson in Showtime. It really is. I mean, this is fast break offense. This is just football, offensive football, better than I think anyone has ever seen it for a sustained period of time.
Jerry's 138th touchdown. Young has already broken his own record. That's his 33rd touchdown pass. 23 yards to Rice. Ben Smith was the victim. And here's the extra point by Doug Bryan. Here's the snap. Here's the kick. It is up. It is good. And there's a timeout. Back after these messages. 14-0. With its cab-forward architecture, advanced technology, and spacious interior, the Chrysler Concorde family luxury sedan is virtually an automotive design center all by itself. And it's now open for family tours at your Chrysler Plymouth dealers. Chrysler Concorde.
Health Rider, the total body fitness machine, gives you a complete aerobic work.
Jumping one of those other directories, is that possible?
I didn't think they'd be in there.
Hey, if it's not in the Pacific Bell Smart Yellow Pages, maybe it doesn't exist. Why don't you do the bungee jumping after the prom, though, huh?
Okay, sounds good.
14-0 San Francisco. That took 5 seconds. 9:14 to go in the first quarter. Oh, my.
Denver's down 14-0, and their offense has run one play.
Yeah. So Glenn Milburn and Jeff Campbell will try again back at the 5-yard line for the Broncos. Doug Bryan ready to kick off from our right to our left. High kick. And is taken back inside the 2-yard line by Milburn. Races up the right side. Gets to the 17, 18-yard line, and he gets smacked down. Good open field tackle by McCaffrey. As one Stanford guy knocks off another one on that one. Also, Dedrick Dodge hit him there as well. So let's see if we have time this time before they lose the ball to give the offensive lineup for the Denver Broncos. 17-yard return. Gary Zimmerman, their outstanding left tackle, great Pro Bowler, going to his 5th this year. John Melander, though, is the left guard. He is normally a reserve. Injuries have forced that because Dave Weidel has to go to center because Karth is injured. Brian Habib, the right guard, is a good one. And Kirk Scrafford, the right tackle, a free agent last year out of Montana. In motion, Derek Russell, receiver to the left side, and it's a pitch to Clark, who sweeps to the left, gets across the 20 out to the 22-yard line. Tim McDonald hit him first. Dennis Brown finished him off, so it'll be 2nd down. Let's go to Rich on that football story.
Yeah, boy, it took Steve Young 22 seconds to break his own record for touchdown pass number 32 to 33. They sign him 8-32, then 8-33, put him in a laundry basket. Steve's going to take him home. He'll look like Santa Claus if the game keeps going with a bag of toys going home today.
My goodness, I'll tell you. 5-yard gain as the ball is out at the 22-yard line. For the Broncos, trailing 14-0. Anthony Miller goes in motion to the left side. Elway drops back to throw. Quick pass across the middle. It is complete to the near side to Shannon Sharp, chased out of bounds by Woodall as he reaches the 33-yard line. So the Broncos get themselves a 1st down.
Yeah, double tight end situation that time for the Broncos, and Woodall went over the middle with the crossing tight end from the other side, Jerry Evans, and really lost sight of Sharp coming his way. Went too far with the tight end on his side, didn't see the cross.
9-yard gain. Dennis Brown, Brian Young, Rhett Hall, Ricky Jackson, the down 4 linemen in the base defense for San Francisco in today's game. And now Elway with 2 men in the backfield. One Rivers drops back to throw after a play fake, drills it across the middle, and it is caught by Jerry Evans, a tight end, out near the 48-yard line. Woodall lands on him there, but it's another 1st down for Denver. 7:48 to go, first quarter, 14-0 San Francisco. That pass play good for 16 yards.
And Elway might have a bad knee that's bothering him, but nothing wrong with his arm. That ball got there in a hurry. That's a great throw.
Good as there's ever been in getting that quick release with power. Handoff up the middle to Clark over right guard. Good run as he reaches the 45-yard line of San Francisco. Kenny Norton, coming off a superb game against San Diego, makes the tackle.
Remember this kid? We wanted to see him in the preseason, and we didn't get a chance to see him play much. And he got He went over 1,800 yards as a senior at Evangel College, wherever that is, Joe. But he averaged 7.2 yards every time he touched the ball in college, and he's a big kid, at 6'1", 235 pounds.
I'll give him a good look now the last couple of weeks. 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line. Clark remains in the backfield with Rivers. They give it to Clark again. He goes up the middle, and a good stuff by Ricky Jackson with help from Brian Young to make sure that they don't get the first down on this play.
A lot of people in Denver wondered why when they were so unsuccessful last week on the goal line, when they're trying to punch that ball in against the Raiders a couple times from the 1-yard line, they didn't bring this kid in and give it to him at 235 pounds instead of Rivers at 215.
And you can make a pretty good case for a guy who scored 77 touchdowns in college, for heaven's sakes. So that has caused a lot of problems for the Bronco organization. 3rd and 2 at the 44-yard line. San Francisco leads 14-0. Ball's in San Francisco territory. Tillman, a receiver, out to the right side. One man in the backfield, Milburn.
I say it looked like a pass the way the line was set up.
Elway to throw, drills it over the middle, incomplete. He was looking for Russell. Coverage on the play was by Dana Hall. So Elway ripped that pass hard and fast, but it missed, so they'll have to punt.
Scrafford, the right tackle, was deeper in the backfield than Elway was that time when the ball was snapped. So obvious it was a pass.
Tom Ruin is their punter. He's averaging 42.6 on the season. It's 4th and 2 from the 44 of San Francisco. Ruin hits a wonderful high kick. Carter signals fair catch inside the 10. Takes it at the 8, and that's one of those rare times where catching it inside the 10 makes sense because the Broncos had it surrounded, might have downed it even deeper.
Years or less, which is why Great Western Bank developed the new tiered cap mortgage, the perfect home loan for people on the move. Its 3-step interest rate caps are designed to keep your total payments lower than our fixed rate loan during the first 6 years of home ownership, and that translates into big savings. To learn more about the new tiered cap mortgage, along with Great Western's full range of mortgages, visit any Great Western branch or call 1-800-GW-ASK-US. That's 1-800-GW-ASK-US.
Bet you buck he tells us not to bust a lamp again.
Don't bust that lamp again, guys.
Great Western Bank, an equal housing lender.
6:01 remaining first quarter. San Francisco leads 14-0. They have a ball 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line. Ricky Waters out to the right side, and John Taylor's back in the game. And before it can get started, there was movement by Harris Barton, it appears, at the right tackle spot for San Francisco. Broncos must feel like this is a ghost of Christmas past game.
79 offense prior to the snap. Still first down.
A strange-looking defensive front for them there, you know, with the 49ers throwing the ball as well as they have, even though they're backed up a little bit here. Denver had 8 men at the line of scrimmage that time. That's asking for it.
Yeah, my goodness.
With the weapons that Young's got.
Not really the logical way to attack this bunch, although they're all around the entire league trying to figure out, well, what way do you do it? 5-yard penalty puts the Niners all the way back to their 4, so it's 1st and 15. They go again, though, with a 4-receiver offense, 2 on each side, and Floyd in the backfield, and Young down the right side. Waters alone, but he couldn't turn his head right to catch it at the 30-yard line. Coverage was not close by Elijah Alexander.
Denver did the same thing again. You know, they had 8 at the line of scrimmage and blitzed the 2 linebackers. Mecklenburg, Simon Fletcher went, and, you know, Waters' one-on-one was wide open. He gets turned around the right way. That ball was a tough one to catch. It went right over the top of his helmet, so either way he turned wasn't the right way. He'd have had to make a Willie Mays type catch on that one.
Say hey.
And pretend that Vic Wirtz threw it.
But if he had caught it, he could have gone the distance.
Yeah, he'd have been gone. Denver really flirting with danger with that defense. Now they're in a different looking one.
I wonder why. 2nd and 15 at the 4. Floyd in the backfield with Ricky. Quick slant in. Jerry Rice makes the catch, gets out to the 15. He's grabbed by Smith. Ben Smith, we said that he would probably exploit Smith a lot today. Smith is not having a particularly great year. Oh, Taylor, John Taylor making the catch.
And now he's a little dinged again, and he's up limping and coming off again.
Yep. Now he's trying to jog it off a little bit as he comes near the sidelines. 11-yard pass play, by the way, to John. So it is 3rd down and 4 at the 15-yard line. San Francisco leads 14-0 in the first quarter. Jerry Rice goes out to the right against Ben Smith. And Young straight back to throw.
Watch out, blind side for Young. Look at this.
Another one-hand catch by Ricky Waters. This time he goes out of bounds across the 30 at the 31 with Alexander trying to drag him out.
Steve Young with a sixth sense as they brought a safety blitz that time, or a corner blitz. No one touched him on the blind side of Young, and Young released just before the blitz got to him. And Waters again reaching out and making a one-handed catch.
Establishing clearly that it was not a fluke last time.
Yeah.
17-yard pass out across the 31-yard line. Make it 1st and 10 at the 32.
With the blitz, that was the linebacker on Waters, and Young spotted it right away.
Singleton out to the left side, and Jerry Rice goes out to the right. In the backfield, Floyd and Ricky. Ricky takes it on a counter, breaks over the right side, and gets some yardage out to the 37, maybe the 38-yard line, as he is grabbed by Ted Washington. San Francisco just throwing so many different things at the Broncos early in the game.
Well, that's what San Diego players said. They were just in awe. They said, they've just got so many weapons and come at you so many different ways. Reuben Davis, the tackle, said, I just took a couple plays off one time and watched them. They said it was a sight to see.
2nd and 5 at the 37. Floyd and Waters stay in the backfield. Pitch to Floyd, goes to the right side and bumps his way to the 40-yard line, where he is dropped over on the far side of the field by Ben Smith. 3-yard run. Clock down to 4 minutes to go, first quarter. 14-0 San Francisco. McCaffrey comes into the game for the 49ers. Broncos sack total way down this year. They have just 17 on the year, but Fletcher has 6, Dronette has 5, but for Fletcher, that's about half what he usually has at this time of year.
If you're a gambling man, and Mike Shanahan is once in a while, they could go for it all here in this situation with off of play action.
3rd and 2 at the 40. 2 receivers each side. Pass to the left side. Caught by Singleton, and he's got the first down at the 45-yard line of the Broncos. Ray Crockett, the victim this time.
McCaffrey and Singleton were the 2 wide receivers lined up on the left side. McCaffrey on the outside, Singleton inside, and then they run a little cross. You can't call it a pick, but you could. And it works.
He doesn't everything right now. 15 yards on that pass play. So San Francisco has the ball at the 45 of Denver. 1st and 10. 3 minutes to go, first quarter. 14-0 San Francisco. Singleton out to the left side against Crockett. And back to throw. Young looking around, has lots of time. Now rolls out of trouble. Throws sidearm and just throws it out of bounds because there was nowhere to go. Simon Fletcher had him pretty well pinned in, and for the first time maybe in the game, all the receivers recovered.
Yeah, Mecklenburg did a great job that time on Brent Jones. He held Jones up at the line of scrimmage, didn't let him off, chucked him right at the line of scrimmage, did a great job, and Young was looking there right away. He thought Brent would be able to disengage, and he couldn't from Mecklenburg.
2nd and 10, 45-yard line of the Denver Broncos. 14-0 San Francisco, late first quarter. Jerry Rice goes out to the right side, along with Singleton. Brent Jones lines up on the line of scrimmage this time on the left. Waters goes in motion to the left side. Young goes straight back to throw. Passes and knocked down. It looked like somebody got maybe a piece of that one, but it wasn't going to go to anybody anyhow. It was off-balance throw under pressure.
Yeah, Mike Kroll, the linebacker, came in on an inside blitz, and no one picked him up. Young had to find a hot receiver and couldn't do it in time.
So the Broncos slowing the 49ers down here a little bit.
Yeah, they're blitzing a lot, too, which, puts them in jeopardy, puts them in single coverage man-to-man situations, but they've blitzed a lot so far early in this game.
3rd and 10, 45-yard line.
Young 10 of 14, 135 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Not a bad start. Waters and Singleton to the left, McCaffrey and Rice to the right. Nobody in the backfield. Young to throw, goes deep middle. Brent Jones has it after defender fell down. He ends up at the 21-yard line, hit there by Rondell Jones.
Ronnie Bradford was covering Brent Jones and slipped and fell as Jones made his cut to the inside. Great protection for Steve Young. That's a good throw. He led Jones a long way and put a good touch on it.
24-yard pass to Brent, having his best year in touchdowns so far. Jones at 9 on the year. His previous high was 6. 1st and 10 at the 21. 14-0 San Francisco. 2:12 to go in the first quarter. Singleton goes out to the left side against Randy Hilliard. It's a handoff, a fake reverse. Waters keeps the ball himself, breaks one tackle, cuts into the middle of the field, and gets something out of nothing as he does get down to the 18 or 19-yard line. Finally caught up with by Hasselback and Shane Dronette.
First time you've seen that play.
Yeah.
Faking the reverse and then keeping it. And they ran a toss last week to Ricky Waters a couple times in the San Diego game. Was the first time all season they've run that play, and here's a new wrinkle. So you're 15 games into the season if you're a defensive player on the other team and you're seeing new stuff from them.
Kroll had a hand on Ricky. He read the play well, but he just couldn't reach him. So it turns into a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 at the 19-yard line. Now Popson, a receiver out to the left side with Rice. Young goes straight back to throw. Fakes now. A quick short pass to Jerry Rice underneath. And he gets inside the 15 down near the 12, hit by Crockett and Jones. Ed Popson was on that play. Was as we said, in motion from the left side, so he was in there at tight end. 7-yard gain on that play. And we're down to a minute to go in the first quarter. Well, Wayne, I know Seifert has talked about that the last couple of weeks, that although it's been working, that they're going to use different things because they felt they were getting predictable.
Right.
And so they're not doing that anymore. 12th play of this drive, and it is 3rd and 1 at the 12-yard line. Singleton out to the left side, split backs. They give it to William Floyd, makes a little cut, squeezes, still running, forces it toward the 11-yard line, and maybe close to a first down. Mike Kroll hits him. Great try by Floyd because it appeared they had him stop sooner and he just wouldn't go down. And looks like they got it with that extra effort. Wow, great play. Let's go to Rich on the sideline.
Yeah, earlier that one miss on Ricky Waters on that little flare pattern, Ricky lost the ball in the sun. I know it seems hard to imagine. He turned right to the sun, and that's the only way the Niners were stopped at the end of the quarter.
That is the end of the quarter. 14-0 San Francisco. We'll be back with the second quarter after this from your local station.
KGO, San Francisco, San Jose.
Time now for a Mailbox Etc. scoreboard update. And the other game today, it was Detroit 41, Minnesota 19. Detroit preventing Minnesota from winning the NFC Central title in that game. Big or small, they ship it all for the holidays. There are 2,500 Mailbox Etc. business service centers worldwide, over 100 in the Bay Area. Mailboxes Etc.
Well, it is a 1st and 10 at the 10. It would appear from where the ball is that they could probably get a first down at about the 2-inch line, but pretty much 1st and goal. Floyd in the backfield with Waters. 14-0 San Francisco. Ricky goes in motion to the right side. Handoff to Floyd. Following a block by Deese that was superb. Cuts inside. Gets to the goal line. Another touchdown for the 49ers.
And Denver in another blitz. And once Floyd cleared the line of scrimmage, they had a safety blitz on. There was not a safety there to pursue. So they burned him in a blitz.
Spectacular run and blocking on that play. And San Francisco opens up a 20-0 lead. So Doug Bryant coming in for the extra point. Broncos 49ers. How about Christians Lions? Might be more appropriate. So far, anyhow. Here's the extra point try. It is up, and it is good. 21-0 San Francisco. 5 seconds into the second quarter. Back after this.
Friends fly free, friends fly free. Everybody talking about friends fly free. It's a smart way to get from point A to B. On Southwest Airlines, friends fly free, friends fly free. Everybody talking about friends fly free. Bring a friend from home or from your company. On Southwest Airlines, you gotta be 18, buy an unrestricted fare, book at least a day ahead, and you're almost there. The best thing is your ticket is refundable and stay overnight and save yourself a bundle. Friends fly free, friends fly free. Everybody talking about friends fly free.
Tickets must be purchased within 1 day of making reservations. Seats are limited. Some restrictions apply. Fare does not include passenger facility charges of up to $12 round trip. Southwest, the low-fare airline.
Call 1-800-I-FLY-SWA.
Wow, I can't believe it. You actually went out and bought yourself a Jeep Wrangler.
Yeah, I did. I was calling my name,
That's
really.
incredible.
I was calling Johan.
Your name's Ralph.
Well, my middle name is Johan.
I didn't know that.
With a J.
You know, when I see Jeep Wranglers, I always think of people who want to have fun.
I'm a fun guy.
Yeah, right.
Okay, remember the time I wore my underwear backwards?
How could I forget
Like
that?
those little rap guys?
Yeah, so funny.
Or the time you phoned me and I told you had the wrong number.
What a
You hung up.
wacky guy, yeah. Whenever I picture somebody in a Jeep Wrangler, though, I see, muscly guys with their shirts off, the wind whipping through their hair,
Well, I've got a crew cut.
And they're always out four-wheeling in the wide open spaces.
Got a large lane behind the house.
With a great-looking girl beside them.
It just so happens I have a four-wheeling date tomorrow, okay?
No kidding. That's great. You going to take the top down, you think?
I don't think so. It'd be a little cold for
Mom?
For Mom.
Yeah.
The Jeep Wrangler you've always wanted is waiting for you right now at your California Jeep and Eagle dealers. Test drive a Jeep Wrangler. It may well be the most fun you can have in a 4x4. Jeep is a registered trademark of Chrysler Corporation.
Milburn and Campbell, the kick returners to our right here in the second quarter. Doug Bryant kicks off the ball. San Francisco leads 21-0. Milburn gets it at the 7, comes up the right side, gets to the 20, and gets across the 25 to the 30. He's out across the 35 to the 40 and all the way out to the 48-yard line before Antonio Goss finally catches up with him. Then we got a little skirmish between Goss and Milburn as other players come in to break it up and try to calm them down here, but they're still pushing. Broncos might be a little frustrated.
More than a little.
Yeah. Slim to none playoff hopes, and now that could be obliterated completely.
Slim just left town.
We said the ghost of Christmas past earlier because the Broncos who were around from the last Super Bowl team, this is exactly the way it was in the Super Bowl meeting the last time these teams played for a game that meant anything. That was a good return, 40 yards, 1st and 10 out at the 47. Evans, a tight end, goes in motion to the right. They have two receivers out to the left side. One is Miller. Elway steps away from trouble, and Red Hall drops him after it was set up by Bryant Young at the 44-yard line, sack number 2.
You bet it was set up by Bryant Young. A great rush from his defensive tackle spot on the left side. Great surge, right back in Elway's lap. Forced him out of the pocket and up and right into Red Hall.
3-yard loss, 2nd and 13 at the 44. Hall leaves. Charles Mann leaves. Harris comes racing in. It's now Ricky Jackson along with Young, Brown, and Tim Harris. One man in the backfield, Glenn Milburn. Two receivers out to the left, one Miller. Handoff to Milburn. Cuts over right guard. Good run before Merton Hanks, Tim McDonald, and Dennis Brown all hit him at the 49-yard line of San Francisco.
That's the 45th sack that the Broncos have allowed this season. That is a lot for a guy like Elway. A lot of hits to take. They asked John how long, he thought he'd continue to play, and he said it kind of all depends on the sacks allowed. Yeah. If we keep being 26th, 27th in the league on sacks allowed, I'm not going to play as long as I normally would. Just because I'm too smart, I'm not going to do it.
3rd down and 6 after that 7-yard gain to the 49-yard line. Russell in motion to the right side. Elway in the shotgun, as good as anybody in this role. Back to throw, drills it deep middle, has a receiver. It is caught by Tillman. Dana Hall makes the tackle immediately with Eric Davis, but they're down to the 30-yard line with a 1st down in San Francisco territory. So Brock's got something moving here right now. Actually, look more like one stone pony the way the game has gone so far.
Amazing. Elway and Denver have, just as you said, lived off that shotgun formation in crucial situations. They're in it again here now.
19-yard pass play to the 30, 1st and 10 at that point. Two receivers to the right, one to the left side. Elway throws to the right sideline. Nice catch by Russell, banged out of bounds by Eric Davis.
Great
but they
throw.
do reach the 21.
That's a great throw. That was just perfect.
Great arm. One of the all-timers.
I'll say is, he's played in 173 games and he started 170 of them. He has been resilient and tough. 34 comebacks in the 4th quarter that he's engineered.
9 yards to the 21. It's 2nd and 1, and the Clark takes the ball. His forward motion may have gotten him the 1st down. Norton pushed him back with Bryant Young, but he did have enough momentum that got him, I thought, just across the 20. We'll see where they mark it. 49ers did a lot of substituting at the very last second on that play, racing in 4 men, primarily run stoppers. Gary Plummer, Norton, and 1st down for the Broncos at the 20. 12:15 to go here in the second quarter. It is 21-0 San Francisco. That was a 1-yard gain, that's all. The running back right now, Derek Clark out of Evangel College. Receiver out to the left side is Derek Russell. Lines up on Eric Davis. Shannon Sharp is slotted to the left side against Woodall. Anthony Miller against Dion to the far side. Elway gets a blitz, but gets the ball away and thrown a little bit high because of the pressure. Sharp went up. Hanks made sure he didn't catch it, even though it was in his hands for a second. Incomplete about the 10.
49ers brought Plummer on the blitz from the inside. And Woodall, the linebacker, from the outside. Woodall again came in untouched.
Toy Cook, Dana Hall, Dennis Brown all racing to the game along with Tim Harris on 2nd and 10 at the 20. Another shotgun for Elway. Sends 3 receivers to the left side. Widest man is Anthony Miller over there. Right side is Tillman. Elway, short back drop off the shotgun. Drills it across the middle, and it is caught inside the 10 by Russell in front of Tim McDonald at the 9. It'll be 1st and goal for the Broncos at the 9 as they move fast downfield. 11-yard pass play. But here's where they've been getting into trouble. Not doing well when they get close to scoring. 11:26 to go, second quarter. 1st and goal at the 9. Anthony Miller to the near side against Dion. This time split backs. Rivers is in there with Clark. One receiver out to the right, Derek Russell. Elway, handoff underneath the Rivers, and he is stopped quickly by Rhett Hall, who stops him as he gets near the 7-yard line. Rhett getting the most playing time he's had as a 49er here today, with Stubblefield out and looking good. 2-yard run on that one. 2nd and goal at the 7, 10:52 to go, second quarter. 21-0 San Francisco. Russell out to the left side, covered by Davis. Anthony Miller against Dion to the right side. Clark and Rivers in the backfield. Elway, play fake, turns around, sacked by Rhett Hall. What a game he's having. Cal against Stanford, and Hall is taking the Cal side very effectively so far. 3 yards on the, well, maybe more than that, but the 3rd sack of the day.
Yeah, and you got Elway down low and banged him right on that knee that's bothering him.
Yeah, you bet.
It's that lead knee. It's it's the left knee that's bothering Elway, and that's exactly where Hall hit him on the sack.
It's a 5-yard loss back to the 12, so it's 3rd and goal at the 12. Miller out to the near side, Dion with him. Russell against Woodall. Tillman on the far side. Back to throw is Elway. Has time, short pass. It is caught by Evans, but he only gets back to the 11-yard line. Maybe forward progress to the 10. Good hitting. 49ers had it red. Plummer and Norton stopped him. They'll settle for a field goal try. Pretty effective defense after the Broncos marched so well downfield. So 4th and 11, 4th and goal at the 11, and it's field goal time. Coming up for Jason Elam.
Guy hasn't missed inside the 40 all year long.
This one looks like it's about 28 yards. Right hash mark. A little bit of a breeze, nothing significant, particularly from this distance. Here's the kick. It is up, and it is good. So the Broncos get on the scoreboard. They trail 21-3 second quarter. Back after this.
Sweetheart, your broccoli's taking up the whole cart.
It's not my broccoli.
Well, it's not my broccoli.
Put it in.
Tours at your Chrysler Plymouth dealers. Chrysler Concord. 9:19 remaining, second quarter. 21-3 San Francisco. Elam will kick off from our right to our left. From the first base dugout to the left field bleachers. Dexter Carter waiting for the kickoff. And it's short. Carter coming way up. Got it at the 10. Comes up the right side to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, 35, and out to the 37, 38-yard line. Ball is fumbled. Broncos think they got it. Big scramble for the ball. See what the deal is as they unpile here. No call yet. Boy, there's a bunch of players in this pileup. And the 49ers are able to hang on to the ball. Randy Hilliard made the hit that did it.
Here's a 10-minute ticker from Southwest Airlines. We got so many scores today. I'm going to play a game with you. The blue beat the purple, 41-19. You figure it out. Flying from the Bay to L.A., pick Southwest Airlines and pick your airport. Southwest flies from Oakland or San Jose into LAX, Burbank, Ontario, or Orange County with 85 daily flights to choose from. Southwest Airlines, it's just plain smart.
28-yard return. Ball's at the 38-yard line. San Francisco has scored a touchdown on every possession so far today. 9:03 to go, second quarter. They lead it 21-3. So out to the right side comes Singleton. Jerry Rice out to the left, split back. Singleton now goes in motion to the left. Ben Smith chasing him. Handoff goes to Ricky Waters, cuts inside, but caught from behind on a good effort that time by Dronette, their second-round pick out of Texas a couple of years ago.
Only one other score to give today, as I said, Joe, that Minnesota-Detroit game, but one AA championship today. The people in Youngstown are listening on our network. Congratulations to them. Youngstown State beating Boise State in the 1AA finals.
And I know that pains you deeply to have to say that.
Hear the thunder.
But way to go, Penguins, as they win it again. Division 1AA, the defending champs keep the title. 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line. Rice goes in motion to the left. Crockett has the assignment on him this time. Young straight back drop, looks over the field, short pass, right side, and Ricky's, who'd made several one-hand catches, this time drops a two-handed one, then pulls Ben Smith down, a little unhappy with the whole thing, the way it came out, incomplete, and let's go to Rich Walkoff.
Records everywhere. The next 49er touchdown makes this the most prolific scoring team in San Francisco football history. They've got 470 points, the all-time record 475, I believe, the 1990 Niners.
You are correct, sir.
All right.
Yeah, not bad, huh? And another week to go after today. 3rd and 10 at the 38, 8:19 to go, second quarter, 21-3 San Francisco. Receiver out to the left side, Jerry Rice. McCaffrey goes in motion to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Young back to throw, way down the left sideline. Rice behind the defender, but it's knocked down. Very effective play by Randy Hilliard, who stayed with Rice as well as anybody has in a while to knock that ball away at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, when Jerry goes up for a ball like that with the defensive back, you almost anticipate him coming down with it. He's done it so many times. But a good job by Hilliard.
So Klaus Wilmsmeyer actually gets a chance to punt. 4th and 10, 38-yard line, back near his 25.
Yeah, 3 possessions, 3 scores prior to this for the 49ers.
Milburn is at about the 20. Big rush. Jacobs almost got there. Bad kick. Takes almost a non-bounce. Dies quietly at the 25-yard line, and so that's where the Broncos will begin on offense, down by 18 points. Timeout, second quarter, 21-3 San Francisco, right back.
Oh, no.
Insatiable.
Please, no.
Hysteria?
Why do they have to do that? That drives me to... No, thank you.
Hurricane.
Want a gift for her that doesn't smell? Try Radio Shack. We asked women from coast to coast what they thought was surprising, unusual, fun to get, so we can tell you. Just stop by your local Radio Shack.
Inferno.
So, Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers.
First of all, replace all fuel filters with genuine Fram replacements, because oxygen-blended fuels actually attract water and other contaminants to obstruct carburetor passages and even block fuel injectors. Then, ask your Kragen Parts Pro for the right fuel treatment to prevent further system fouling. Kragen knows oxygenated fuels can affect drivability. So if you want to improve your car's performance and still help clean the air, well, you know where to go.
Kragen Auto Parts.
The Broncos have been frustrated enough by Rhett Hall's play today that they pulled their guard, John Melander, and replaced him with Tom Nalen, who's lined up in front of Hall right now. Ball out at the 26-yard line for the Broncos. 1st and 10. Pass to the left sideline, and Russell couldn't get it. It was a quick pass, and Russell couldn't reach his hands out well enough. Woodall on the coverage at about the 25.
Elway 6 of 9 now for 65 yards. He's been sacked 3 times for minus 14.
So he's having to throw quicker than ever with the problems the offensive line is having this year because of injuries. 2nd and 10, 26-yard line, 21-3 San Francisco, 7:55 to go, second quarter. Clark in the backfield along with Rivers. 2 receivers out to the left side. Anthony Miller, the wide man. They give it to Rivers, sweeping to the right side. Good blocking. Tim McDonald started to turn it, but then it took Norton to finally make the tackle out at the 29.
Now, McDonald did a good job of seeing it from his strong safety position and coming up and taking on the blockers and blowing the blocking out in front. Great job.
Going to mark it actually at the 30-yard line. So 3rd down and 6 at the 30 for the Broncos. Deion Sanders follows Anthony Miller wherever he goes. And to the near side, Eric Davis working on Derek Russell. Tillman is slotted to the left side. Shannon Sharp also a wing on the left side in the shotgun formation. Elway back to throw. And he's under great pressure, but throws anyhow and almost caught by Miller with a spectacular effort out at the 45. And how Elway even got away to throw that was sensational.
Yeah, Dennis Brown back there, Ricky Jackson, Tim Harris.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the 49ers radio network.
An unequaled Air Force of reporters.
Jetcopter A-10 overhead.
Bay Area's best traffic team. Weekday mornings 5 to 9 in the KGO Morning News from KGO, San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose.
Tom Ruin into punt on 4th and 6 from the 30. Carter back at the San Francisco 30. Kick is away. Bit of a line drive kick. Dexter able to come up on this at the 36. Broke through the first bunch, but then was hauled down not much later as he got across the 40, maybe the 42 by Jeff Robinson, back up defensive end. And there's a penalty flag, though, back downfield. Somebody left early, it appears, for Denver. It was a short kick, however. San Francisco might decide they'll take the ball right where it is.
Number 56 of the kicking team, illegally downfield. The penalty is declined.
Keith Burns will not get called for the penalty. There's a timeout on the field. 21-3 San Francisco. We'll be right back.
You're watching the Coors Light channel.
Welcome to the 39th annual Coors Light Bowl. The Coors Light Bowl has been brought to you by Paul's Pretzels and by Coors Light, the beer that's so good it's scary.
Coors Light, so good it's scary.
Stay tuned for the Coors Light Bowl post-game wrap-up.
The Coors Light channel, always on.
There has never been a better time to buy.
Those loud announcers on TV.
It's all just fabulous. What
Are they born with those voices? Like any household pest, the most you can hope for is to control them. So Magnavox makes televisions with the exclusive Smart Sound feature, which keeps loud announcers from being so loud. Hey, we make technology people want. Magnavox. Smart. Very smart.
It's 10:15 in the Amazon and a butterfly flaps its wings, which spreads pollen and causes a caribou to sneeze, igniting a massive stampede that adds wind to a mounting storm, which alters the global pattern of weather and creates a downpour that knocks out the electricity, so you couldn't blow dry your hair. With all that can go wrong in your day, isn't it nice to know you can rely on your Honda Civic?
New Year's Day, #1 Nebraska takes on #3 Miami in the FedEx Orange Bowl. Cornhusker coach Tom Osborne is in pursuit of his first ever national title. 3 times he's come up short. Is this his chance to end his frustration? The game that will decide the national championship. The FedEx Orange Bowl, New Year's Day on NBC.
Phone office nearest you. That's 1-800-GW-ASK-US. Great Western Bank, an equal housing lender.
Welcome back. 6:57 to go in the second quarter. 34-yard punt along with a 5-yard return. San Francisco begins 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line, leading 21-3, but Harris Barton decided to move a little early. And so a penalty on San Francisco. That's the second time today, by the way, he's done that. Very uncharacteristic.
Ball start, 79, offense, prior to the snap. Still first down.
As Harris is having a superb year after the injuries. He's come back and looking as good as ever. So the 49ers back up here to the 36-yard line, 1st and 10. And Singleton goes out to the left. Jerry Rice near the line of scrimmage on the right. 2 men in the backfield. Play fake to Waters. Young to throw down the left side. Brent Jones, a nice reach for a high throw. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds at the 49-yard line of Denver in front of Darrell Hall and Oates. So almost a first down. Snuck that one right.
I got it.
15 yards almost.
You're a man-eater.
San Francisco with a big lead early, 21-3. Next game, the night after Christmas. Must be a poem that goes with that somewhere. Singleton out to the left side and out to the right, Jerry Rice against Ben Smith. And line contact. The ball slipped away, in fact, as the ball was snapped then by Oates. And somebody landed on it. But Washington may have made contact, but it could have been from the other side. We'll wait and see. Officials going to discuss this one. No decision yet. Who moved first is the issue in hand at the moment. Notice that Burl Toller, the longtime official, is at the game today. He's the observer for the officials of this game this afternoon. It's a pretty complex deal here. It wouldn't seem like a simple play.
For an offsides and or encroachment or whatever.
Neutral zone infraction, middle guard, defense.
Okay, they're calling it on the Broncos. The middle guard would be Mecklenburg, but I thought Kroll actually was the guy. 49ers will take the 5 because it gives them a first down.
Well, you know, when they call it by position, they don't know who it was.
That's right. That guy over there. Hey, you. So they move the ball down to the 44-yard line of Denver. 6:22 to go second quarter. 21-3 San Francisco. Clock running again. Rice out to the left side with Singleton. We don't expect to see John Taylor back in the game today. Floyd and Waters in the backfield. Play fake. Young, quick slant in. We've seen this before. Jerry Rice makes the catch, goes to the 33. Tackle made by Rondell Jones out of North Carolina. Timing on that play just remains superb.
Yes, once again, talking about what the San Diego defensive players said last week, they said they had a feeling sometimes that Young was throwing the ball before he was even looking. And, you know, you get that idea on that play. He's got the timing down on that slant in so well that he's turning and throwing at the same time.
12 more on that pass to Jerry. 1st and 10 at the 33 as they get the first down out of it. Waters and Floyd split in the backfield. Handoff to Ricky. Sweeps to the left side and falls down. So they're still having some trouble on that field. He just simply fell down, touched down by Crockett and Hall.
Safety blitz that time by Denver, and if Ricky gets around that corner, he was going to go a long ways. Time now for a mailbox, etc. scoreboard update. The Power Rangers beat Barney by a score of 41-19. You got to figure out the colors again. So Barney is purple, and I know you can figure that out.
Ooh.
Mailbox, etc. handles your long-distance gift-giving problems in one quick visit because big or small, they ship it all for the holidays from 100 Bay Area locations.
2nd and 11 at the 34 as they lost a yard on that play. Singleton in motion to the right. Rice stays to the left. Young drops back to throw, rolls out to the left. Lots of room to run. Tucks it in, gets to the 25, and steps out of bounds in front of Alexander just short of the first down on the far side at the 23-yard line.
First time he scrambled in 2 weeks.
Last
week against San Diego. I think maybe the only time I can remember that he didn't come out of the pocket one time.
He could have gotten it if he stayed in bounds, but I think he knows that wouldn't have been a great idea. That Alexander would have popped him pretty good, and what if he didn't make it anyhow? So it's just short yardage. Well, they got the first down. It's funny where he stepped out, didn't look like it was at the mark, but they give it a first down, so it's an 11-yard gain. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. McCaffrey was in for a moment, comes out. And Young looks like he's going to call a timeout here, and that's the case. So Steve takes the timeout with 4:20 to go here in the second quarter. 21-3 favor of San Francisco. There's a break in the action at Candlestick. This is the 49ers Radio Network. We'll be back in 30 seconds. San Francisco 49er football is sponsored in part by Budweiser. This is a good time for you to break open an ice-cold Beechwood Age Budweiser. By PG&E. Looking for a new home? Look into an energy-saving PG&E California Comfort Home. Call the PG&E Smarter Energy line at 1-800-933-9555. By Chevron Gasolines with Techrolene, a simple way to help take care of your car. Chevron, simply smarter. And by Great Western's family of companies, $37 billion in assets. 100 years strong, Great Western will always be there. We're back at Candlestick Park. Steve Young getting some instructions from Gary Kubiak along the sidelines, the quarterback coach of the 49ers. 21-3, 4:20 to go, second quarter. So San Francisco trying to get total control of this game here before halftime. Singleton out to the left side. Brent Jones goes out to the right along with Jerry Rice. Kroll comes out to work on Jones. Split backs, Waters and Floyd. Now Jones in motion toward the line. Young with a straight back drop. And sends it over to the right flat. Gets it to Ricky Waters. Leaping catch at the 15. Dives down to the 10. First down, San Francisco. Landed on there by Ben Smith.
Ricky juked himself to the ground.
Right. He really did. He overfaked.
He faked right, he faked left, and he faked down.
He's having a great day catching passes, though. Another leaping catch. 3 catches, 44 yards. 42 yards. That was 13 there. So they've got a 1st and 10 at the 10. So 1st and goal at the 10 for San Francisco, leading 21-3. 3:40 to go till halftime. Floyd and Waters in the backfield. Ricky goes in motion to the left. Hand off to Floyd. He's got Sapolo blocking for him. Cuts to his left and reaches the 6, where Alexander lands on him. Alexander had no starts anywhere till this year. He had been with the Bucs since 92, 93. And now he's the #1 tackler on the Broncos and playing great football. 5-yard run that time. Broncos' biggest problem of the last couple of years, more than any other single factor, is hurting them, is they can't beat the Raiders. If they could beat the Raiders, they'd be in the playoffs this year. In the backfield, Floyd, 2 receivers out to the left, Jones and Rice. Young looking that way, passes to Jerry, but he can't get there. Little hitch by Steve, maybe wondering on where the move was going to be, as Crockett was on the coverage, and they just didn't connect. Incomplete. Now Dexter Carter will come in for Floyd, and they've been using Dexter more and more in the regular backfield.
Young 15 of 22 for 204 yards already and 2 touchdowns.
3rd and goal just outside the 5-yard line. Singleton out to the left side. Jones and Rice to the right side. Split backs, Carter and Ricky Waters. Young straight back drop. Pass right flat. He's got Rice. He dives. He gets to the goal line, but he's not in. He is just short. Good tackle by Smith, stopping him just short. It's 4th and inches. I don't think there's much question the 49ers are going to go. But you never know. No, they bring in Popson and Floyd. 4th and goal, 2 feet to go. So the Broncos, the big horses come in.
And Denver's got to know that in situations like this in the past, the 49ers have favored the quarterback sneak.
It's a good point.
I'd sure load up in the middle if I were them.
Got Washington right over Steve Young in the double tight end formation. Hand off to Floyd. He squeezes in for the touchdown. San Francisco scores again. It's 27-3.
That's something the 49ers need to see more of. You know, picking up that tough yard in 3rd down situations and 4th down situations and at the goal line like that. That's been an area where they haven't been particularly strong.
2 touchdowns in a row on running plays by William Floyd. So he now has 6 on the year. Doug Bryan for the extra point. Wilmsmeyer the holder, Oates the snapper. Here's the kick. It's up. It is, well, it's good, but there's a flag thrown, so we'll see if they need to do this again or not. Got the call from the referee, Johnny Greer, today. This game is remarkably similar to the Super Bowl the last time they played.
Holding, 61, offense. Unsportsmanlike conduct, leverage on the defense. They'll offset, we'll re-kick.
Okay, you heard that. The Super Bowl game was the last time these teams played each other, and the score at halftime was 27-3. Right now it's 27-3 with 2 minutes to go till half. Not something that Broncos really want to remember, I'm sure. So with the offset, you don't move the ball at all, and the extra point will remain from the 10-yard line. Doug Bryan, now legendary for his soccer-style tackle last weekend in San Diego. Extra point good, 28-3. Breaking the action at Candlestick on the 49ers Radio Network, back in 30 seconds. San Francisco 49er football is sponsored in part by Southwest Airlines. Flying the low-fare airline is just plain smart. By Farmers Insurance Group. Call your local Farmers Insurance agent for your free farmers-friendly review. By Health Rider, the total body fitness machine. By your Bay Area Chrysler Plymouth dealers. And by Lifeguard, the group health plan that treats you like an individual. At Lifeguard, your health is our business. Welcome back. 2:04 to go till halftime. 28-3 in favor of San Francisco. And we'll go to Rich Walkoff. Hello, Rich.
Hello, Joe. There we go. Maybe the biggest difference in this 10-game win streak in the making, as we can pretty much put this one in the bank for the 49ers, I think is the protection on Steve Young. He's become Mr. Untouchable, and numbers obviously bearing it out in his performance. But just, it's hard to remember the last time he even took a good hit, let alone anything dangerous happening to the guy. I can almost bite my tongue when I say that, but obviously the protection has been stellar.
He had some coming, though, didn't he, Rich, after the start of the season, the way he was getting banged around?
I couldn't believe he was still standing, but he's shown the heart of a champion.
Question about that. Campbell back at the goal line with Glenn Milburn to return the kick. They're both at about the 4. 28-3, 2:04 to go till halftime at Candlestick. Doug Bryan approaches the ball. Hits it pretty well. Milburn waiting for it at the 4. Comes up the right side to the 15, and he falls down but gets back up. Cuts to his left at the 20, 25, 30, 35, and Bryan knocks him out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. This time, Doug, much more traditional football tackle.
Yeah, that was a vicious tackle.
2-minute warning. The score is...
Maria's Trattoria. Hi, turn on the TV. We're on the news.
This week, I visited Maria's Trattoria. Very creative pasta dishes.
With speakerphone, fax, and television, the Compact Presario may be the perfect computer to keep track of what's going on inside and outside your business.
A grilled salmon with pesto that is truly out of this world. $6.99. They could charge twice that, and it would still be a bargain.
I couldn't agree more.
Over the years, some pretty hungry folks have stopped by my place.
The Mega Meal from KFC is back.
That's like Mega Meal.
Your choice of chicken, a ton of side dishes, even a whole pie, all just $14.99. And this week, get a Bugs mug.
I want a handsome mug.
Just $1.99 with every Mega Meal. Collect all 4. The Mega Meal from KFC. Enough food to feed your whole family. Or one Tasmanian devil.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Watch me when I host Saturday Night Live with musical guest Hole, or I'll beat you up and eat all your food.
Monday on The Fresh Prince, it's a special holiday christening, and Will brings the most precious gift of all. Boys to Men on A Fresh Prince Christmas, NBC Monday.
Welcome back, and remind you to say Domino's Pizza NFL Live.
Welcome back. We're at Candlestick Park with 1:51 to go here in the second quarter. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line for the Denver Broncos. They trail 28-3. So Elway will try to get him downfield in a hurry, and he does this as well as anybody. He goes into the shotgun. Anthony Miller to the left side. Elway, a little short pass in the right flat. Shannon Sharp makes the catch and gets out to the 45-yard line where Ken Norton makes the tackle. They'll go without a huddle, trying to beat the clock. They have all their timeouts left.
49ers in that loose end of the half defense that teams favor.
7-yard gain. Elway steps up away from trouble, throws incomplete to Milburn, covered by Merton Hanks, just across the 50 at about the 49. So that stops the clock with 1:25 to go. It'll intermission. So Elway will use the huddle now. 12th year in the NFL. 3 Super Bowl appearances for Big John. Shotgun again. 2 receivers out to the right, 2 to the left side. Milburn in the backfield. They give it to him on a handoff, and Rhett Hall tackles him before he can get started. There's also a flag thrown.
I think Ricky Jackson will be called for being across the line.
That's it. 49ers are offside. So the Broncos get a break there because that play didn't work at all.
Offside, 57, defense. First down.
That's right, gives them a first down with the penalty out to the 50-yard line. 1:20 to go. Tim Harris is in there along with Rhett Hall, Bryant Young, and Ricky Jackson. 49ers have extra defensive backs in. Toy Cook's in there. So it's first and 10 at midfield. Out of the shotgun, Elway to throw. Goes way down the left sideline. Deflected away by Dion against Anthony Miller. Just a superb play. Just superb.
Yep.
Just sort of flicked it down near about the 10-yard line like he was swatting a fly.
Makes it because he has the discipline to look back for the ball.
Big important item. He really seems to play a receiver's eyes as well as anybody. When he sees the receiver look, he looks. Seems basic, but not many guys do it.
You get the feeling if you turn back and look for the ball, it's going to slow you down.
Yeah. Second and 10 at the 50. Elway to throw. Under pressure by Rhett Hall, and it forces him to throw early, incomplete to Reggie Rivers in the left flat. And Hall is having a spectacular game.
I'll say.
Man, they can't stop him. In fact, Zimmerman and Nalen are talking about it right now. How do we deal with this guy? Let's go to Rich on the sideline.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, Deion Sanders and Anthony Miller having some words. The side judge, Dean, looks at Deion after the deflection. Nice play with a smile.
Oh, watch that homerism, guys. Third and 10 at the 50. The officials start cheering for you. Here's Elway back to throw. Hall's almost got him again. He gets away, throws sidearm to the left side and gets it to Tillman, who does catch the ball and fall down at the 41-yard line, and it stops the clock with 1:01 to go, covered by Hanks. Good play by Elway because he was all but trapped to get that ball away.
Rhett Hall again right back on him. He's been there 5-6 plays in a row.
Some coach right now, as I guarantee you, is screaming, "We don't even know who this guy is, and he's making you look like a bunch of jerks out there. Come on. Stop this." Now it is fourth down as they go for it on 4th and 1 from the 40. They were just short of the first down. They put two running backs in. Give it to Clark. He has stopped but then slides off to his left and does get the first down, reaching about the 38-yard line as he bounced off a couple of Niners. Hanks.
But Rhett Hall did another good job of stacking it up.
He slowed him down.
He took the guard, stalemated him right at the line of scrimmage. The back actually ran into the back of the guard.
Broncos use a timeout, got a 4-yard gain out of all that. 53 seconds to go, and they still have 2 timeouts left. Remember, it's Monday night, December 26th. The 49ers finish the regular season against the Vikings in the Metrodome. That'll be a 6 o'clock West Coast kickoff and a 4 o'clock pregame.
49ers traveling on Christmas Day.
And aren't they excited? And Minneapolis on Christmas night ought to be a real exciting place to be. First and 10 at the 37. But that's what they play the game for. You have to make those little sacrifices once in a while. Sorry I can't be there myself. So the Broncos come up with still 2 timeouts left. Go to the shotgun. First and 10 at the 37. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left side. Elway back to throw. Hangs in there very well and throws complete to Tillman, who reaches the 24. Toy Cook pulls him down there. They're going to try to get another play off without using the timeout as the clock goes down to 40 seconds. That was 14 yards on that play, down to the 23.
Blitz on that last play by the 49ers picked up well by the Broncos.
2 receivers on each side, shotgun formation, and they've got him again. Elway is dropped this time. Bryant Young with help from Dennis Brown.
Now Elway takes time.
Yeah, I guess he better. 26 seconds to go. And a rather big sack because it pushed him all the way back to the 34, making even a field goal a tough deal. So what is that, 5 sacks, Wayne, on the day?
4.
But
and they've all come from inside people except for Woodall on the blitz. The 49ers still not getting pressure on the passer from the outside pass rusher. I mean, Stubblefield and Young have been doing this all year long, getting good penetration, and Rhett Hall today playing an excellent game for Stubblefield. But there's still that area that the 49ers need to get a rush from, and it's the outside spot, and they're not getting it here again today.
That's an 11-yard loss. They're going to mark it at the 35-yard line, make it 2nd and 22. 26 seconds to go. Broncos still have a timeout left. 49ers with 6 defensive backs in the game right now. Norton, the only linebacker. Back to throw is Elway, and they stop the clock and throw flags.
You know, Norton looked like he came up and yelled something.
Yeah, he did.
And you know, they might call him for trying to draw Denver off sides.
Norton doing some shoving right now.
Ball start, 75, offense, still 2nd down.
No.
How about that?
Yeah.
Wydell, 6'6", 292, was just in the face of Norton, and they kind of pushed each other a little bit. Habib, the penalty, he's 6'7", 299 out of the Washington Huskies. So now they are back with a 2nd and 27 at the 40 out of field goal range. 26 seconds to go. So always got to get a little further down to at least have a crack at something here before halftime. Kimbrough, a receiver out to the left, 2 to the right, handoff, Milburn sweeping to the right. Toy Cook comes through with McDonald, and they double him up on the tackle at the 39-yard line. So the ball at the 39-yard line with 9 seconds to go. And the Broncos use their last timeout. Can't try a field goal. Too far away. So not a pretty picture for Denver.
They let a lot of seconds run off the clock, too, before they called that time.
Pretty good team throughout the 80s, and then all of a sudden, it's been a little tougher struggle the last couple of years. Wade Phillips taking over for Dan Reeves last year. Got the Broncos 9-7. They got to the playoffs. Former defensive coordinator for the team. Very popular. Everybody likes him, but there have been a lot of criticism of his coaching in Denver.
So you know what they're talking about over on that Denver sideline to the officials now is the fact that Ken Norton came up and yelled something at the line of scrimmage and actually drew Denver off sides on the play 2 plays ago. And he definitely made them jump.
And that should be on
jamming signals. Right? Oh, it's a penalty. Yeah. You can't jam the signals.
Sometimes when you're going well, though, you get all the calls. So 3rd and 26 from the 39 with 9 seconds to go for the Broncos. Now they have no timeouts left, so they got to get out of bounds even to set up a field goal. So maybe he'll just throw it to the end zone. 2 receivers on each side in the shotgun for Elway. Elway, little short pass to Rivers in the left flat. He gets down to the 30, and they let him go out of bounds. I thought that he really hit the ground inbounds at the 29, but they say no. They'll let him get out of bounds and have 1 second, and they are within field goal range now. A long one, but they made it. 11 yards on that play to Rivers.
About a 45-yard field goal, 46-yard field goal attempt.
Yeah. Looks like about a 45. They're putting it just inside the 46, so we'll call it 45 until they tell us we don't know what we're talking about. Left hash mark. This will be the last play of the first half, barring a penalty. Snap is high, kick is away, certainly has the distance, and it is good. So the Broncos end the half with their 2nd field goal of the game, but they trail big time at intermission, 28-6. Stay tuned for halftime news after these messages from your local station.
KGO, San Francisco, San Jose, Oakland. KGO News Talk 810.
For those of you who want the traditional holiday meal without actually having to cook, you're in luck. The Safeway Deli has put together a holiday dinner package. It's one complete cooked meal, all packed up and ready to go. You get it all. A whole baked turkey, dressing, gravy, potatoes, dinner rolls, the works. And for dessert, a pumpkin pie. Oh yeah, all you have to do is heat and serve. So reserve yours today at the Safeway Deli. And if you're planning a party, the Safeway Deli has some excellent holiday party food, like the major crowd-pleasing spinach dip platter or a hearty deli meat tray. How about their famous Wide World of Cheese tray or the chicken snack tray? And for your healthy friends, the Safeway Deli even has fresh vegetable platters. Oh sure, Safeway's got everything you need, from complete holiday dinners to party trays. So stop by Safeway today and let the festivities begin.
For simple holiday solutions, nobody does it better than Safeway.
Big B Lumberteria is your source for the world's finest lumber and building products and all-star service, too. Big B Lumberteria can cut your lumber to size and deliver it right to your job site. See Big B Lumberterias in Oakland on High Street, Pacheco on Pacheco Boulevard, and in Brentwood on Brentwood Boulevard. Take your claim for $49,000. Enter and participate in Northern California Safeway Deli Department. Starting September 2nd and each Friday before a Niners game, listen for your name on KGO and call to win a pair of Southwest Airlines tickets and a chance to win $49,000. No purchase necessary. See Safeway for details.
49er Halftime News, sponsored by AAA. AAA, they're always with you. And by Alaska Airlines, voted the best U.S. airline by readers of Condé Nast Traveler magazine for the 5th year. This is an update from the KGO Radio Newsroom. I'm Ken Hunt. The White House may have been an unintended target of gunfire early this morning. The Secret Service saying a couple of bullets found on White House grounds may have been strays. Might have been shots fired near the White House, but not at the White House. More from ABC's correspondent Jerry King.
One of the 2 spent bullets found on the south grounds of the Executive Mansion was apparently discovered on the first-floor balcony, just 1 floor below the Clinton family living quarters. The other apparently struck the lawn just short of the building. The Secret Service says it wants to complete its search of the south lawn and the area of the ellipse just across the street before confirming where the bullets were found. But agents still insist the president was never in any danger.
2 U.S. pilots possibly shot down over North Korea. More on that story coming up.
The views and opinions of George, our voice talent, do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of Alaska Airlines, but in most cases, we generally go along with them.
I'm Mr. Practical. I'm a straightforward kind of guy. I put my pants on one leg at a time. I launder my own slacks. I iron my own shirts. And I indulge in boxers that have little bears printed on them. Do the boxers do the job? Sure. Do they offer a little bit more in the way of flair and style? Yes. Did they cost more? Categorically no. So you might guess I'm the type of guy who flies Alaska Airlines. They give you more stuff. Reserved seats before you go to the airport, meals at meal times, the most flights up and down the West Coast, and they serve it up for the same price as the No Frills Airlines. So I'm staying with Alaska. And as long as the boxers don't cost more, I'm sticking with the bears too.
Fly Alaska Airlines to Seattle for as low as $44. Prices vary by airport, require advance purchase, and differ with time of travel. Other restrictions and taxes apply. The U.S. demanding the return of 2 U.S. Army pilots being held in North Korea. The Pentagon says their helicopter was either shot down or forced to make an emergency landing after the copter strayed into North Korean airspace. Russian warplanes reportedly flying toward the breakaway Republic of Chechnya this afternoon. This just minutes after Moscow's deadline for the rebel forces to throw down their weapons expired. What's the number one worry of Bay Area residents? It is no longer losing a job. That's been replaced by crime, so says the Mervyn Field, California poll. And he's number 1 with a bullet. Pope John Paul II is Time Magazine's 1994 Man of the Year. Among other things, the Pope has a best-selling CD on the charts. KGO's 24-hour traffic and Leo's weather's coming up in 1 minute.
I got a AAA card as a gift from my fiance. And I thought, well, I have a new car. I don't need a AAA card.
Sean Moran's telling a true story about being a AAA member.
I'm on a very treacherous, steep road. And all of a sudden, all the lights are coming up on the panels. I'm thinking, uh-oh. So I pulled to the side of the road. I opened the hood, and there is water everywhere.
Make sure your loved ones are safe on the road. Give them a gift membership with AAA this holiday season. That way they can get emergency road service 365 days a year.
I couldn't believe it. In no time, there was a tow truck driver there who was able to get me to a garage, and I was back on the road just like that.
For gift memberships, just visit your local AAA office. Look in the white pages for California State Automobile Association.
The AAA card is a gift that says, I care about you enough to be there with you all the time.
When it comes to your friends and family this holiday season, wish them peace on earth. Give them peace of mind. Give a AAA gift membership. AAA, we're always with you.
Now here's Barry Nelson, KGO's 24-hour traffic.
We have a big crash now in San Jose. It's southbound 101 at Tully Road. 7 vehicles crashed there. 2 right lanes are blocked. Another accident in San Jose, northbound 280 at Meridian Avenue. And in Fremont, a crash northbound 880 south of Dakota Road. A solo crash there, vehicle facing the wrong way. And it's a little slow over the Bay Bridge. The metering lights are still on. It's slow westbound over the span. I'm Barry Nelson, KGO 24-hour traffic.
KGO Leo Tolino weekend weather forecast for the Bay Area. Slight chance of rain tonight, mostly in the North Bay, with high temps ranging mid-50s to 60 next couple days. Overnight lows in the 40s. Right now, around the Bay, 47 in Santa Rosa, 45 in Concord, San Jose, 59, Oakland, 53, and We've got 53 in San Francisco. That's halftime news. Now let's return to Candlestick and 49er halftime highlights. Halftime highlights are sponsored in part by Alaska Airlines. Fly to Seattle for as low as $49 on Alaska Airlines. And by Apple Computer.
Welcome back here to Candlestick Park, where the 49ers have a 28-6 halftime lead over the Denver Broncos, and halfway home here this afternoon to attaining a long-established goal. And with a win today, that would be for them clinching the home field advantage throughout the playoffs. A win over Denver this afternoon would get that done for the 49ers. 28-6 they lead as the offense continues to run it up as they have the last several weeks. A well-oiled, functioning machine that may be the best that the National Football League has seen in a long, long time. And a lot of scoring. We'll review the scoring highlights and have some stats for you when we continue.
The views and opinions of George, our voice talent, do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of Alaska Airlines. But in most cases, we generally go along with them.
Every business day, Alaska Airlines has 90 nonstops up and down the West Coast. Now, 90 nonstops. Why do I need 90 nonstops, you might ask? Then, suddenly, you can't seem to find your other brown wingtip. And in the process of finding your brown wingtip, you spill coffee on your white Oxford. And in the process of cursing the decaf on your Oxford, you meet up with a state trooper who doesn't know about your shoes or your shirt, but does know about your speedometer, for which he kindly rewards you with a citation, which in the end leaves you at the airport saying, surely there's got to be another flight. I mean, these guys have 90 of them. And there is. And they do. Because you're at the Alaska counter. Or at least you should be.
Fly Alaska Airlines to Portland for as low as $39. Prices vary by airport. Require advance purchase and differ with time of travel. Other restrictions and taxes apply.
49ers jumped out early, as you might imagine, in this one. They scored on their very first possession. They took the kickoff, marched down the field, 85 yards in 10 plays, and here was the score.
Now Jones in motion from the left side. Young goes straight back to throw. Little short pass, left flat. One-handed catch by Ricky. Breaks inside, dives into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers.
12-yard touchdown, Steve Young to Ricky Waters. Steve Young's 32nd touchdown pass of the season. That's a new 49er record. Jerry Rice was 3 catches in the drive to go over 100 catches for the season at 102. 7-0 to score at that point. Next possession. After Woodall sacked Elway, who fumbled to Denver 23, 5 seconds later, the Niners were in the end zone.
Ricky Waters in motion to the left side. Young drops back to throw. Some pressure from Hall. Goes deep middle. Touchdown 49ers. What a catch by Jerry Rice. Stretching with his fingertips on a great pass that had to stay in front of the defender.
Young 23 yards to Rice. Jerry Rice's 138th career touchdown made it 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. Third possession for the 49ers came early in the second quarter, and then again it resulted in another score.
Ricky goes in motion to the right side. Handoff to Floyd. Following a block by Deesta was superb. Cuts inside. Gets to the goal line. Another touchdown for the 49ers.
William Floyd capped a 91-yard drive, scoring on a 10-yard run. That made it 21-0. Denver came back and got a field goal from Jason Elam on their next possession to make it 21-3. Then William Floyd, another 1-yard run after a 59-yard 49er drive, made it 28-3. And Denver scored right before the half ended on a Jason Elam 45-yard field goal to make it 28-6 halftime. We'll be back with some stats and the second half right after this message.
Make the holidays special for your family by giving the Apple Macintosh Performa, the ultimate family educational and multimedia home computer with everything you'll need to get started. Like the Performa 6115 CD with a dazzling 15-inch color monitor, a built-in CD-ROM drive, a high-speed fax modem, CD quality sound, and over a dozen pre-installed software programs, including Claris Works and the American Heritage Dictionary. Plus, 6 CD-ROM titles, including Family Doctor, 3D World Atlas, and the new Grolier Multimedia Encyclopedia. It's easy and affordable for your family to discover the world with an Apple Macintosh Performa. Register to win the new Performa 6115 CD or a trip for 4 to...
According to these calculations... Huh? Can't be. I don't believe it. A new star!
Hey, Jack, you see my watch?
Nope.
Introducing Loris LumaBrite watches. Each one glows brightly for hours with no buttons to push and no extra batteries required.
I'm gonna be famous.
Loris LumaBrite watches. A new star is born.
Did Charlie Sheen witness a murder on the next hard copy?
lug nuts, so you know where George C. Hawkins is going to go for his parts.
Reagan Auto Parts.
Snapple Natural Beverages, America's natural sodas, iced teas, juices, fruit drinks, and sports drinks for people of all ages. Snapple is a unique taste sensation that has to be tried to be believed. Snapple, made from the best stuff on earth.
Big B Lumberteria is your source for the world's finest lumber and building products and all-star service, too. Big B Lumberteria can cut your lumber to size and deliver it right to your job site. See Big B Lumberterias in Oakland on High Street, Pacheco on Pacheco Boulevard, and in Brentwood on Brentwood Boulevard. We begin the second half at Candlestick Park as the 49ers kick off this half to the Broncos. 28-6 San Francisco. Glenn Milburn out of Stanford and Jeff Campbell from the University of Colorado, the two kick returners for the Broncos, whose very slim playoff hopes are all but extinguished if they don't, well, they'll be gone completely if they don't come back and win this game this afternoon. Doug Bryan ready to kick off. Just waiting for the word from the officials to let him do it. And here we go. From left to right, here's the kick. And taken by Milburn way upfield at the 8. He's up the right side to the 20. Gets to the 25 and brought down by Drakeford with a good tackle over at the 24-yard line. San Francisco's Tyrone Drakeford, young defensive back. So the Broncos go back on offense. See what they can figure out to do, because nothing worked in the first half, that's for sure.
No, they couldn't get much going against the San Francisco defense, who Joe blitzed a little bit more than they have in past games. They really mixed it up here this afternoon, throwing in a lot of blitzes at John Elway.
A 17-yard return. The ball begins at the 25-yard line for the Broncos. Derek Russell, a receiver in motion to the left side. Milburn, the running back. Elway straight back to throw. Hall chases him out of the pocket. Ricky Jackson makes him fumble, and the 49ers had it for just a split second, but don't get it. Broncos managed to fall back on the ball. Dennis Brown looked like he was going to get it, but instead it was taken by one of the linemen. Maybe Scrafford got it.
Well, that offensive line just collapsing around Elway. They have not had a good day. The 49ers have been all over him. Ricky Jackson came in and stripped him of the ball that time on the sack. And the ball was down on the ground and up for grabs.
Loss of a yard. 2nd and 11, 5th sack of the day. Ball back at the 24-yard line. Milburn out of the backfield in motion to the right side. Two receivers out to the left and a double tight end. Elway backing up. Hall's got him again. Red Hall, what a show for Red Hall today.
This guy looks like Reggie White out there today. I mean, and he did it with second effort. He took an outside rush to start with, got jammed at the line of scrimmage, then swung it back to the right, and just kept going and worked his way in there on Elway. Just second effort.
Hall's 3rd sack of the day. He had 1 all season entering the game, but he has never played this much for the 49ers either. 3rd and 22 back at the 13-yard line. Shotgun formation. Elway gets pressure, throws it up for grabs, way downfield, picked off by Deion. Deion Sanders, another interception in front of Miller for Sanders, his 6th interception of the year.
Why try, huh?
Yeah, that's right. They don't call his name for ages, and then when you do, it's always like that. Timeout on the field. 49ers lead 28-6. Back after this.
This is one long game.
They even ran out of food.
The fans must be hungry.
I'll tell you about hungry.
When it's gotta be good and it's gotta be now. Pick up the phone, we're gonna knock you out.
Now, when you call for your favorite Domino's pizza, get a full order of tangy chicken wings for just $3.99.
Did you see that?
Gotta be Buffalo Wings.
Auto Show concept cars. Cars with exciting features like supercharged engines. Finally, someone's built one for you. Introducing the 1995 Riviera with an available supercharged engine that breathes deep for maximum power. It's amazing what a breath of fresh air can do. The all-new Riviera by Buick. What a concept.
You like Carl so much, you go home with him! Stella!
Hey, I didn't know my car could do that.
That Stella can drive, man.
Jeep Grand Cherokee, the first vehicle of its kind with driver's side airbag, standard four-wheel anti-lock brakes, and an available V8. See your California Jeep and Eagle dealers. Jeep is a registered trademark of Chrysler Corporation. Always wear your seatbelt.
28-6, San Francisco has the ball again, right at midfield, 1st and 10 after Sanders' interception. They lead it 28-6. We're a minute and a half into the third quarter. Jerry Rice goes out to the left side on Crockett. Singleton, the other receiver, to the near side against Ben Smith. Split backs, hand off to Ricky Waters. Deesau tries to help him with a block, but there's just nowhere to go. He's chased out of bounds on the far side, or the near side of the field, by Ben Smith, and barely past the line of scrimmage. In fact, he lost yardage on the play. Lost more than I thought, in fact, back to about 3. So close to a 3-yard loss on that play. I'm going to call it officially 2. So 2nd and 12, 48-yard line of San Francisco, leading by a score of 28-6. Singleton out to the near side on Ben Smith. Jerry Rice out to the far side on Crockett. Lloyd and Waters in the backfield. Young, quick drop. Wants to make it quick, but instead had to delay, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Broncos, taken away by Alexander, as Young uncharacteristically threw a ball that he shouldn't have thrown because there was real tight coverage on the intended receiver. So interception, and that doesn't happen very often.
Yep, he just forced it.
While the team switch sides here, let's get a quick word from an old 49er with Rich Walkoff.
He's not so old. He still looks tough. Keenan Turner joining me, the former Stanford coach, giving me the idea that he won't be back with the Cardinal. 4 Super Bowl championships. How does this team rank with your great Niner teams, Keenan?
Well, I tell you, it's kind of scary. These guys look as good as I've ever seen a team look, and the scary part is they're still young, too, and they're still getting better, so it's going to be interesting to watch them the rest of the way.
Looks like we're going to see Hugh Millen for a while because he's in there now. A handoff over the right side to Milburn, went nowhere. Dennis Brown read it instantly, and they lose yardage on the play. So it could be that one of 2 things has happened, that he felt a stiffening of that leg again, Elway did, or maybe with the way the game is going, they're afraid that he could get hurt worse.
They took him out so Red Hall wouldn't chew his leg off.
Yeah, right. 3-yard loss on the play. 2nd and 13 back at the 45. Millen started the Raider game last week. Stands in the pocket, throws to the left sideline, has Russell. Eric Davis lost him on a tackle. You don't see that every day. And then he bounced up a little bit further, but Merton Hanks forced him out of bounds at the 45-yard line of San Francisco. Millen from the Washington Huskies, his 9th year in the NFL. He was originally drafted by the Rams in '86. His only time as a starter was with New England back in '91 and part of '92 with the Rams.
Also been with Atlanta.
He's worked the circuit. That was a 10-yard pass play. It's 3rd and 3 at the 45-yard line. They stay in the shotgun formation. Millen, short pass over the middle. It is complete to Shannon Sharp, and he is tackled by Merton Hanks. But it's a first down. They reach the 32-yard line of San Francisco. So Millen, maybe with Elway's physical problems, might actually look a little bit quicker, although normally he wouldn't in there. 13 yards on that pass. 1st and 10 at the 32. Shotgun again. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left side. Miller against Dion. And they tried a little shovel pass underneath. And Dennis Brown.
Nah, Red Hall.
Was it Hall again?
Yeah, he was back there immediately.
Incredible.
Unbelievable game this kid's having.
Career game in the NFL. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
You know, what a day for him, because it's the only game on. I mean, this is national coverage that Red Hall is having this kind of a day. 6-yard loss. 2nd and 16 back at the 38-yard line. Millen to throw. Goes to the right side, and it is complete down to the 28-yard line. Eric Davis making the tackle on the far side of the field on Tillman. Not anywhere near a first down. They've still got several yards to go. Now Dana Hall, Toy Cook, Tim Harris come racing in on this 3rd down play. That'll be 3rd and about 5. That was an 11-yard pass play. 28-6 San Francisco, 10:40 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Sanders goes out against Miller on the far side of the field. Davis to the near side against Russell. Shannon Sharp, the tight end, is slotted on the left. Millen out of the shotgun. Quick pass, left side, complete. Sharp down to the 22-yard line. Cook makes the tackle, close to a first down. In fact, looks like he got it.
Another blitz by the 49ers. They brought Merton Hanks in from the outside. Put him in single coverage.
No measurement. It is a first down. They reach the 21. 7 yards. First and 10. 10 minutes to go, third quarter. Millen moved up to number 2, and both Tommy Maddox and Sean Moore were cut by the Broncos. Russell in motion to the right. 2 men in the backfield on this shotgun play. Millen pass in the right flat to Milburn, and a good play by Toy Cook.
Two Stanford guys, huh?
Yeah, isn't that funny? Played with each other. Same team, same years. And Cook brings him down.
It's a good tackle out there. Anytime you get a guy like Glenn Milburn, you're one-on-one with him. He has 2 ways to go in the flat, and you cut him down. That is a good job.
Loss of a yard on the play. Actually, Cook was at Stanford before Milburn, who's only in his second year in the NFL. So 2nd and 11 at the 22. 28-6. Hugh Millen in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right side. Millen, a little short pass over the top to Milburn. Great cut, gets by 1 man, and then he gets further downfield. Cook again has to make the tackle, but they reach the 11. So a whole new rhythm here in place here. The 49ers have to adjust to with Hugh Millen at quarterback.
Millen's big. He's about 6'4", 6'5", and really has good vision out of the pocket. He's played a little bit this year. Coming into today's game, he'd thrown the ball 64 times, had 37 completions, about 57%, but in 1 touchdown, no interceptions.
They get the first down at the 11-yard line, so the Broncos with a chance to make some noise in this game. Tim Harris comes back in for San Francisco. That was an 11-yard play, 1st and 10 at the 11. Lots of time, 9 minutes to go, third quarter, 28-6.
It was Milburn's 71st catch of the year, and that is a record now for Denver Bronco running backs.
Anthony Miller out to the right, Russell to the left side with Shannon Sharp, shotgun formation. Underneath, handoff to Milburn. Sweeps to the right side. Zimmerman gives him a block. He breaks loose. He's into the end zone, and the Broncos have their first touchdown of the day.
Excellent effort, too, by Glenn Milburn. It's kind of a draw play out of the shotgun, and he broke a couple tackles and made a tough run to get into the end zone.
So for Glenn Milburn, that is only his first rushing touchdown of the entire year, surprisingly enough. And they will go for just 1. 28-12. If they'd gone for 2, they'd be at obviously 28-14. Here's the kick. It is up and it is good. So there's timeout on the field in the third quarter. 28-13 at San Francisco. We'll be right back.
As cool as your red top and favorite hot spots. It's something with hometowns and everyone's class clown. It's always been true.
And hey, what's food without drink? Safeway has over 1,000 different types of beer and wine. Oh, sure, Safeway's got everything you need. So stop by Safeway today and let the party begin.
For simple holiday solutions, nobody does it better than Safeway.
Here at Candlestick Park, the Broncos are still breathing. 8.5 minutes to go, third quarter. It's now 28-13. Jason Elam kicking off. From our right to our left, as Dexter Carter will be the returner, and a very short kick. He's already up to the 13, gets to the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, and he's all the way out to the 38-yard line. So excellent field position. Rivers on the tackle for the Broncos with Randy Hilliard. And
if you're not playing on a 3DO system, what are you playing with? Presenting 3DO, the most advanced home gaming system in the universe. It's time to put away your toys.
3DO from Panasonic, Gold Star, and Creative Labs. A new low price and free games.
Taking great care of your performance car. But if you're using the wrong gasoline, over time that new car response could be a thing of the past. May we suggest Chevron Supreme with our Tetraline additive. It's a simple way to help revive your car's performance and help keep it running as good as it looks. Chevron Supreme, simply smarter.
First and 10 at the 38 for San Francisco. Lead now down to 28-13 as Steve Young throws way downfield. He's got a receiver out there. Carter makes the catch in front of Alexander, the linebacker, and gets all the way down to the 17-yard line.
Well, pre-snap read by Steve Young, catching the linebacker wide on Dexter Carter. Can you believe it?
Wow. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the San Francisco 49ers Radio Network.
Area's best during the KGO Morning News, 5 till 9, weekdays on KGO, San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose.
44-yard pass play, and as good as Alexander is, Wayne, he can't stay with Carter.
No way. That was a real mismatch, and they spotted it before the ball was snapped.
First and 10 at the 17. Waters in the backfield. Two receivers on each side for San Francisco. Hand off to Ricky. Cuts to the outside. Found a hole. Cuts back. Gets inside the 10 and down to the 9-yard line. Squeezing by Simon Fletcher, whose name has rarely been called today. And Mecklenburg makes the tackle. 7 yards. So the Broncos made a little noise here, but if the 49ers score again here, it's going to be an awfully tough road back now. But as Wayne pointed out, Broncos made a big mistake. Second down, 2 yards to go at the 9-yard line. Waters in the backfield. Rice and Jones out to the left. Singleton, Carter to the right side. Young, quick slant into Jerry and bounces off his fingertips as the Broncos did a pretty good job of anticipating that slant in with Crockett and Jones moving right to the point where they figured the ball was going to be thrown.
Jones had a bead on Jerry Rice that time on a slant in, and Rice felt him coming and ducked down, and Jones nailed Crockett, his own man.
So it brings up third down, 2 yards to go at the 9. It's a long two, I'll tell you, for the first down. McCaffrey, Jones, Singleton all out to the left. Only Rice to the near side. He's against Smith. Waters in the backfield. They give it to Ricky. He's got the first down. He's got it all. Touchdown, 49ers.
Good call. The 49ers used to run that play a lot with Tom Rathman back there. They'd spread out the field with the wide receivers and then run a draw up the middle. Mike Holmgren, as the offensive coordinator, used to call that play a lot for Rathman, and that's one of the few times that Shanahan has called it for Ricky Waters, and the timing was perfect on it.
So the Broncos get within 15, and all of a sudden San Francisco answers to get it up to 34-13. For Ricky, a second touchdown of the day. He's got one receiving and one running. Doug Bryan for the extra point. Here's the snap and the kick, and it's good. 35-13 San Francisco, 7:14 to go here in the third quarter. Back after this.
If you could go inside your engine, you'd see what old oil can do, or a used air filter. Ford and Lincoln Mercury dealers can help stop problems before they happen with quality care.
Hello?
Hi, Jan from the paper calling to confirm your fax.
Go ahead.
The ad reads, for sale, fax machine, answering machine, speakerphone.
Introducing the Compact Presario. With fax machine, message center, speakerphone, and CD-ROM drive built in, it's one business tool that could replace a lot of others.
Going out of business, huh?
Actually, I'm just getting started.
You're about to enter a new era in television. With its 18-inch RCA satellite dish, you get CD quality sound, 150 channels, and a digital picture so sharp, so real, it raises home theater to a new level. The RCA digital satellite system. Television will never be the same.
You can. And you can find out how simply by calling the PG&E Smarter Energy line at 1-800-933-9555. Learn how to be just as bright, just as warm, just as cool, just for a whole lot less. PG&E. Smarter energy for a better world.
Need a major in statistics to keep track of the 49ers point records being set again today. Here's the kick. And it is taken at the 7 by Milburn on the far side of the field. He cuts back into the middle at the 20. Gets almost by McCaffrey, but McCaffrey manages to haul him down anyhow at about the 22 or 23.
Time now for a Mailboxes Etc. scoreboard update. In an earlier game, Detroit beat Minnesota. The final was 41-19 at the Silver Dome in Pontiac. Big or small, they ship it all for the holidays. Yes, that's Mailboxes Etc. And they'll pack your gift to withstand the rigors of travel. Stop by the one near you. There's 100 Bay Area locations.
No scoring yet on the Ephesians and the Corinthians. First and 10 at the 23-yard line. 7 minutes to go, third quarter. 35-13 San Francisco. That was a 16-yard return by Milburn. Russell, a receiver in motion to the left. Millen is at quarterback. And he steps up, a little short pass over the middle to Anthony Miller is complete, and he's outside to the 40, 45, and now he's racing down the sideline 40. He's to the 30, 20. They won't catch him, I don't think. Sanders has a crack, but he gets there. It appears all the way. Are they going to say he went out at the 1? Yes. Somehow Sanders just able to tip him at the last second, inches from the goal line. It was a great play by Miller.
Sure was, and there wasn't a 49er close to Anthony Miller when he caught the ball. Ran a crossing pattern over the middle, and the closest 49er to him was probably about 10, 12 yards away, wide open. A zone defense by the 49ers, and he was in a dead spot and then just outran them all.
Boy, Sanders just got there, but it's first and goal at the 1 after a 76-yard pass play. Millen tries to squeeze in. No call yet by the officials. He didn't get there, apparently. Broncos might have nightmares at this point after last week against the Raiders when they had first and goal twice at the 1. Never got a touchdown either time. So it's second and goal at the 1. No gain. Anthony Miller, that's probably by far his longest of the year. Yes, it's 57 yards before that. So second and goal at the 1. They line it up with a double tight end, and they use a power I and give it to Clark, who goes into the end zone, and the Broncos have a touchdown.
Derek Clark with the touchdown. We talked about that earlier. If they'd have given it to him last week, they may have a win over the Los Angeles Raiders, but he was not in the ball game.
So the Broncos respond dramatically to the 49ers touchdown when it looked like they were going to fall right back out of it again. And somebody's putting some real points on the board today against San Francisco. Elam for the extra point. It's 35-19. Jeff Campbell the holder. Dave Weidel the snapper. It's a bit high, and it's a fake as they try to go for 2. Campbell going to try to run it in, and Merton Hanks stopped him. Stayed with him, caught him as he tried to go around the right side, dropped him back at about the 4. Breaking the action at Candlestick. This is the 49ers Radio Network, back in 30 seconds. San Francisco 49er football is sponsored in part by your California Jeep and Eagle dealer. Test drive the Jeep Grand Cherokee today. There's only one California. There's only one Jeep. By Lifeguard, the group health plan that treats you like an individual. At Lifeguard, your health is our business. By Sears Brand Central, the brands you want at the store you trust. And by Jiffy Lube. Regularly changing your oil is the best way to keep your car running better and lasting longer. Insist on Jiffy Lube. Welcome back to Candlestick Park. The Broncos failed to convert on the 2 points, so they trail by 16 with 6:15 to go in the third quarter. 35-19. Well, when's the last time anybody got this many points on San Francisco, even up to 19? It's been a while. Have to go back to the Rams game on November 20th. They had 27. So the Broncos are not going down quietly when it sure would have been very easy for them to do so.
Yeah, especially with Elway going out of the game. Now they've scored twice in the second half without John Elway. 2 touchdowns. They weren't able to get a touchdown in the first half with him. Quarterback controversy?
Probably not.
I doubt it, huh?
That's the longest pass reception of Miller's career, by the way. The last 6 years have been with the Chargers. He signed as a free agent over here. So here's the kickoff by Elam. It's a little bit short again, and Carter able to come up to the 12. Takes it to the 20, the 25, to the 30, to the 35. Landed on there by Darrell Hall with some help by Hilliard. So San Francisco goes on offense, and again in a position where they must continue to score. It's not out of reach for the Broncos. Carter got up a little slowly, but it looks like he's all right.
Yeah, it's not too early for the 49ers to start to think about taking some time off the clock.
23-yard return. Yeah, slow drive, and any kind of points that would use up maybe the rest of the quarter, even a 6-minute drive, would really put them in business. So Brent Jones goes out to the left side, along with Jerry Rice, Singleton, and Carter to the right, and Ricky Waters, the lone back. Young back to throw, under some pressure, pass across the middle, caught by Ricky, breaks loose, he's gone! You can't catch him! You couldn't possibly catch him! 10-5, touchdown 49ers! 65-yard pass play, touchdown Ricky Waters.
Denver burned by a blitz. They came in on a blitz again at single coverage. Water coming out of the backfield, wide open over the middle.
What a shootout this game has become.
So much for a long, drawn-out scoring drive.
I guess so. See, they didn't do it right. They didn't take any time off the clock. Oh, man. Clark scored with 6:15 to go. 49ers have responded with 5:55 to go. 20 seconds. That included the run back. Doug Bryant for the extra point. Here's the snap. Here's the kick. It is up, and of course it's good. 42-19. San Francisco. Late in the third quarter. Be right back.
It's easy and affordable for your family to discover the world with an Apple Macintosh Performa. Register to win the new Performa 6115 CD or a trip for 4 to Maui, courtesy of United Airlines and the Maui Marriott Resort. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 or older to enter. See stores for contest rules and details.
Discover the Apple Macintosh Performa at Computer Selection and register to win during the Performa Holiday Sweepstakes at all Bay Area Computer Selection locations. Computer Selection is an Apple authorized dealer. Contest ends 12/20.
Steve Young's third touchdown pass of the day. Ricky Waters having a big day as well. And here's the kickoff. And it takes kind of a weird bounce, and this time Campbell picks it up and gets across the 20 to the 21. Tackle made by Antonio Goss. Tony Goss brings it down. So the Broncos way back again, 42-19, 11-yard return.
They've had 4 touchdowns in this quarter, and there's still 5 minutes and 45 seconds left to play. Quick strikes.
In fact, let's make it more dramatic. The first one came with 8:34 to go.
That's right.
Holy smokes, that's less than 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm not a math major, but I think that's less than 3 minutes. So the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 21. Millen at quarterback. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left side. He's over center. Milburn's the running back. Drops back to throw, has time, left side, gets it to Miller, beats Hanks, breaks loose, he's to the 40, he's to the 45, and across the 50-yard line. And it's down to the 48 in San Francisco territory before Dana Hall forces Miller out of bounds.
Yeah, once again, just a turn pattern by Miller. Caught it for about a 10-yard gain and then spun away, and with his great speed, got to the sideline.
31 yards. Let's go to Rich.
It's like Candlestick Downs. I think I'm watching thoroughbreds at the Derby here. Everyone's racing up and down the turf. Ricky Waters roaring to his teammates after that last score.
Yeah, we caught that. He's really pumped up, to say the least. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Evans in motion to the right side. 2 receivers to the left. Milburn in the backfield. Millen tries to stand in there. Throws across the middle. It is complete at the San Francisco 38-yard line, and Miller makes the catch again with Merton Hanks on the coverage. Now, they doing something different, Wayne, that he doesn't seem to be as lined up against Dion as he was earlier?
That time, Hanks had him from the snap. Single coverage. They may have brought him inside in a slot situation, but that shouldn't prevent Dion from going with him if he wants to.
12 yards, 1st and 10, 37-yard line of San Francisco. Millen stands in there, throws across the middle, and another completion, this time to Sharp. Bounces off of Tim McDonald, and a little help from Merton Hanks on the play.
And Millen hasn't thrown anything that hasn't been right on the money since he's been in the game. And they're doing a better job of protecting for him than they were earlier.
Down to the 22-yard line. 1st and 10 again for the Broncos after that pass completion was good for 15. Shotgun formation. 2 men in the backfield. Quick pass, left sideline. Caught. And Kimbrough, for some reason, decided to stay in bounds instead of getting out. When you trail 42-19 and you're at the sideline, there wasn't a lot of logic not going out of bounds. He had to fight to stay in to get tackled. 7-yard pass play to Kimbrough out of Jackson State. That's only his 2nd catch of the whole year for Tony Kimbrough. Shotgun again, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 3.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 2, 14-yard line. Millen throws a little short pass to Milburn in the right flat. Woodall stays with him very well and chases him out of bounds at about the 15 or 14-yard line. 14-yard line.
Well, no indecision at all on Millen's part here so far since he's been in the game. Coming back and making his drop and making the reads and getting the ball out to the proper people. He's been impressive.
No gain on the play. 3rd and 2. The ball remains at the 14-yard line. 42-19. But it's turned into a completely different kind of game. Campbell now a receiver out to the left with Miller. No receiver out to the right. And they use a double tight end. Sharp is on the right side. Clark's the running back. Millen straight back drop. Has time. Steps away. He's hit from behind by Dennis Brown. Ball is fumbled. Still loose. Bounces off a Bronco. Maybe into the 49ers' hands. Yes, that's the case. Brown hit him and caused the fumble.
Millen got out of the pocket and went to the left and never saw Dennis Brown trailing him. He set up to throw and was nailed, and the ball must have bounced out about 10 yards. Cleared the line of scrimmage. A Bronco offensive lineman looked like he had a chance for it and actually might have had it in his hands at one time.
Problem is offensive linemen don't know what to do with it when they get it. I mean, it was right there.
They're all taped up, and
That's right.
They got their hands all taped up like they got boxing gloves on.
So no grip, no stick 'em. 7th sack of the game by the 49ers. That's a team record. So the 49ers go back on offense and will begin at their 13-yard line. Handoff to Ricky Waters and is stopped just as he takes the handoff by Hasselbach. He played the past 4 years in the CFL at Calgary. So that might really change the nature of this game now at 42-19 with 2:40 to go. They score there, then they're still breathing. But now they're in real tough shape if the Niners score again. Loss of 2 on the play. 2nd and 12 back at the 11 for San Francisco. 2 receivers out to the right side. Singleton and Waters. Jones and Rice to the left. Young straight back drop. Drills a pass, slant in. Rice beats the first man, and then Crockett hauls him down as he crosses the 30 to the 31. First down, San Francisco on the pass play to Rice, good for 20.
8 catches now for Jerry Rice, and he's over 100 yards again. This is just, the story never ends.
In fact, he's 4 from catching Steve Largent at number 2 all-time in NFL receivers. 1st and 10 at the 31. San Francisco's ball, their side of the field. Floyd in the backfield. 2 receivers on each side. Handoff goes to Floyd, straight up the middle. Fletcher grabs him around the ankles. A little help from Mecklenburg. Fletcher, as we said, though, their defensive MVP, one of their great players, but his performance today has been absolutely stopped cold by the left side of the San Francisco line.
Well, primarily Steve Wallace. And, you know, you and I were talking before the game. I just don't know how Steve Wallace could be left off that Pro Bowl squad.
In fact, who was it that beat him that even made less sense? Tuine, right? Yeah.
Tuine.
Yeah, that's a little America's team baloney. 2nd and 6 at the 35-yard line. Young back to throw. They're going to get him finally. Dronette makes the sack for the Denver Broncos and drops him back inside the 30-yard line. And 49er teammates very concerned, of course, when Steve goes down.
Yeah, he is a little shaky right now.
Yeah, he got rattled on that one.
That was a blindside hit. Dronette beat Derek Deese with a swim move over the top of him, and then came right in on Steve Young, blind side.
8-yard loss, 3rd and 14, back at the 27 with under 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Young with a very deep drop this time, steps up, deep middle, gets it to Rice, pushes ahead, crosses the 40 to the 41. Tackled by Crockett, but right at the first down mark.
I think he's short.
See if they require measurement. Rich, can you see this one?
Well, this is where the 49er bench gets in the way of the view.
Yeah, they're going to, if they measure it, they're about a foot short.
Boy, Young took a beating on that last play. It might not be all bad to get him out right now.
They're less than a foot short, but they appear to be a little shy.
Yeah, they'll punt it here and play it safe. There's no logical reason not to at 42-19 as the third quarter comes to an end. We'll be back with the fourth after this from your local station.
George Foreman, you made me the champ, but until you host Saturday Night Live, you're nothing but jack squat.
But Matt, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Oh.
1994 was a great year for your Ford dealers with 5 of the top 10 selling vehicles. And to make sure we stay number 1, we're going out with a bang. Ford's year-end clearance. It's your last chance to get 2.9 financing or a lease rate of $249 a month on Taurus. Last chance. Lease the best-selling Taurus sedan or wagon for just $249 a month for 24 months. Last chance. Get low 2.9 financing on America's leader, Ford Taurus. See your Northern California Ford dealer during year-end clearance and prepare to be impressed.
We're in show business. We're having fun. We're ringmasters of one of the greatest circuses of all time. Wow, that's great. California has a very special meaning around the world. It's about freedom. It's about choices. How about a pizza with potato on it? Peking duck. Thai chicken. We have watched where businesses have limited ways in which the customer pays. And when our customer reaches for an American Express card, we gladly accept it.
American Express is welcome to wherever fresh ideas are cooking. So dine out, America.
Cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft. The cold one. For those who've discovered its smooth draft taste.
You know, I've been looking for that.
The world is a very cool place. So get out of the old and get into the cold.
Tots celebrates New Year's Live on Channel 4.
The lead at 21 points. 23 points, but they're going to go for it in their own territory, just short of their 41. It's real close. It's closer than we thought at first, just inches. And it could be one of those plays where they'll just try to draw the defense off, or Steve Young himself, I think, is a logical man to take it on a quarterback sneak on this play. No, they changed the defense. You're right, Wayne. Yep, they changed the defense. I thought Mecklenburger was going to stay further back. Young just trying to draw him off. That's the case. And he'll take a timeout, and now they will punt the ball.
Timeout.
At first they gave him a gap, and I thought, there's the setup for the sneak, but it may have been they weren't going to do it no matter what. So now they'll punt. Wilmsmeyer coming in. So that makes a lot of sense with this kind of a lead right now. And Klaus having another peaceful afternoon with 1 punt the entire day. He has 20 punts less, for example, than Tom Ruin of Denver.
Good thing he doesn't work commission, huh?
You got it. If the offensive side of the ball works commission, then they're having a big year and going to get a Christmas bonus. They're breaking all the records.
I think the only one working commission is Tim Harris right now.
Yeah, right.
Paid per sack.
Wilmsmeyer will punt from about his 30 as we are still waiting for the first play of the fourth quarter. 4th and 1 from the 41, 42-19. Snap is very high, and they've got a big rush, but he gets the kick away, and it's surprisingly good under that kind of pressure. Milburn makes a fair catch back at the 16-yard line. So well done by Wilmsmeyer in a tough spot on that high snap. So timeout in the fourth quarter.
Does not become you, Harry.
Jeep Grand Cherokee, the first vehicle of its kind with driver's side airbag, standard four-wheel anti-lock brakes, and an available V8. See your California Jeep and Eagle dealers. Jeep is a registered trademark of Chrysler Corporation. Always wear your seatbelt.
42-yard punt, no return. First and 10, 17-yard line for the Broncos. 7 seconds into the fourth quarter. 42-19 San Francisco. Hugh Millen in the shotgun. And before the play begins, flags are thrown.
Ball start. 76. Offense prior to the snap. Still first down.
How about Millen's numbers, Joe, since he's been in a game? Perfect. 13 of 13.
Wow.
185 yards.
Oh, man.
Bronco record, they just put up on the monitors 20 in a row. A ways away from that.
That's incredible, though. Kirk Scrafford called for that penalty, their right tackle, a free agent out of Montana. So it is first and 15 back at the 12. And Millen throws to the left sideline, and Russell ruins his streak. The ball was right in his hands. Eric Davis was on the coverage, but Russell should have caught it out at the 18.
Well, the ball was thrown perfectly.
Yep. Russell out of Arkansas, an All-American in football and track. One of the things that's hurt the Broncos also is the loss of Mike Pritchard. This guy was a terrific receiver. He started the year very strong. And so they don't have the depth at receiver beyond Miller that they had as the season started, and that's hurt a lot. Second and 15 at the 12, another shotgun, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Millen standing back at the 2, sidearm passes to the 15-yard line. It is caught over there by Milburn, chased out by Toy Cook along the sideline, and he's out to the 18-yard line for Denver. Only a few seconds into the fourth quarter so far. That was a 6-yard pass play. Elway apparently going to get the rest of the day off. The Broncos don't win, they're out of the playoffs no matter what. Clark and Milburn are both in the backfield in a shotgun formation with 2 receivers left and 1 to the right side. Millen drops back to throw. Steps up, throws across the middle. There might be interference on Hanks on this one, yes. Pass interference on the pass intended for Sharp, Shannon Sharp at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, he got a hand on the ball. He dove and got a hand on the ball, but he had his left arm over him, over the back.
So the officials huddling up about the call, but it would seem to be appropriate. 49ers walking backwards.
Pass interference. 28. Defense. First down.
28.
Dana Hall, he wasn't anywhere around it.
Yeah, I think they got their numbers wrong again. Visions of sugar plums are dancing in the officials' heads today.
Play. Pass interference 28 is accepted. Illegal contact number 21 is declined.
So the pass interference puts the ball out at the 29-yard line and gives the Broncos a first and 10 with 14:27 to go. Down by 23 points. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right side. Rivers and Clark are the men in the backfield on this play. And there was movement on the offensive line by the Broncos. Maybe Sharp did that. So game's getting a little sloppy here at this point.
Ball start. 84. Offense. Still first down.
That's it. Shannon Sharp called. Great athlete. Runs in the family with brother Sterling. So it puts it at first and 15 at the 24-yard line. Millen this time lines up the shotgun with nobody in the backfield with him. He uses 2 tight ends, a wing on the left, 2 receivers to the left. Millen stands in there, throws to the right flat, caught by Jerry Evans, landed out of the 32-yard line by Kenny Norton. And it'll bring up 3rd and still very long yardage for Denver. So the Broncos have an awful lot to do and not an awful lot of time to do it as we're into the fourth quarter. That was a 7-yard play. No shotgun. He goes up over center this time. Excuse me, 2nd down, not 3rd down. 1 man in the backfield, Milburn. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Back to throw Millen out on the left flat, complete to Sharp. Toy Cook trying to catch up with him and pushes him out of bounds at the 45-yard line of Denver.
49ers are playing early in the game. They were mixing blitzes up, and they've stopped blitzing and gone to a zone defense where they're playing like 3 across or 4 across deep just to protect for the long pass, and consequently Millen is really doing all his business underneath that zone in the 10 to 12 yard range.
13 yards out to the 45. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Millen back to throw. Steps up, short pass, left flat. Clark makes the catch. Tim McDonald grabs him immediately, throws him for a substantial loss. 6 to 7 yards. A great story about McDonald this week, Wayne. He was invited to the offensive lineman steak dinner in the city. Did you hear about this?
No.
Well, that's the big eat-off. Who can eat the most, right, in steak? McDonald ordered fish. The rest of the players said he will never, ever be invited to that dinner again. A steakhouse and ordered fish. They are mortified, they say. Loss of 7 yards on the play. 2nd and 17 at the 38-yard line. Shotgun. Millen with 2 men in the backfield. Quick pass right sideline and just out of reach of the intended receiver, Milburn. Covered well on the play by Hanks at the 41, right in front of the 49er bench. So bring up 3rd and 17 from their 38. 12:45 to go. 42-19 San Francisco. Charles Mann on the defensive line for San Francisco. Brian Young, Dennis Brown, Tim Harris. Millen in the shotgun. Clark and Milburn in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left side. Millen drops back to throw. Mann flushes him out. He starts to run to his right. Starts to head to the sidelines. A little short pass is complete to Milburn at the 40. And there may be a pass that was thrown over the line of scrimmage. Pretty close. No, he was back. There's a flag thrown, so I thought maybe he stepped over the line because they were out at about the 38-yard line, but let's wait and see. Officials making a decision.
We had 2 fouls on the offense. Ineligible receiver downfield, number 79, is declined. Illegal touching of a pass. The receiver went out of bounds and came back in and caught it. Will be accepted. Number 49, that is a loss of down, 4th down.
So that didn't work out very well for Denver. They'll have to punt. Tom Ruin, with one of the cleanest uniforms on the field, comes out. All-World League for the mighty Ohio Glory in '92. And he will kick from about his 28-yard line. 42-19, 12 and a half minutes to go. Dexter Carter back at the San Francisco 20. A little bit of pressure. Great punt. Wonderful hang time. Carter signals fair catch and waits for rain. That ball stayed up so long. So timeout on the field. Score 42-19, 12 and a half minutes to go.
Nice painting. What is it?
Not a very interesting piece. Reminiscent of early Dadaism.
What's Dadaism?
If he's so smart, why is he using those other batteries?
With a brain that big, you'd think he'd know Duracell batteries outlast all other brands.
Now, if...
You're right, Mom. The museum can be fun.
The Copper Top. Tops them all.
If someone said they wanted a car that was as quiet as a Mercedes, yet as practical as an Accord, that handled as well as a BMW, but was as economical as a Nissan Altima, and that somebody said they wanted all of this in one car, you'd say they had their head in the clouds.
With its cab-forward architecture, advanced technology, and spacious interior, the Chrysler Concorde family luxury sedan is virtually an automotive design center all by itself. And it's now open for family tours at your Chrysler Plymouth dealers. Chrysler Concorde.
You worked for it, you saved for it, and now it's yours. It's the performance car of your dreams. Or is it? At Chevron, we know that no matter how dreamy your car's performance is, use the wrong gasoline, and over time you could be in for a rude awakening. May we suggest Chevron Supreme with our Tetraline additive. It's a simple way to help make your car's performance a dream come true again. Chevron Supreme. Simply smarter.
Welcome back to Candlestick Park. Well, Steve Young's done for the day. Another 3-touchdown pass game, and so Elvis takes over with 12:28 remaining. 49ers begin at their 24, leading 42-19. In the backfield, Dexter Carter, along with Ricky Waters, who sweeps to the outside. Alexander has him cut off, and he ends up losing ground and going back out about the 21-yard line. Ben Smith chasing him there. Let's go to Rich on the sideline.
Yeah, well, Steve Young was pleading his case to George Seifert about wanting to go back in, stay in the ball game, and George just turned a deaf ear to it. Didn't really even acknowledge Steve a whole lot, sort of like saying, son, I'll take the keys to the car now, and you're in at midnight. Steve did not like it. His appeal was denied.
Well, 23-point lead, 12:13 to go, and the future of the team in the playoffs hanging on Steve's shoulders. I think he probably did a very logical thing. Loss of 2 yards, 2nd and 12 at the 22, but no player wants to come out. Gerback drops back to throw. Lots of time, goes deep middle, caught by Popson. Nice catch across the 40, out to the 46-yard line. Got a little bit of a double teaming there from Wyman and Dennis Smith, who's still down, and there's a flag on the play. In fact, both Broncos got hurt. They're both down, who were in on that tackle.
Holding, 39, defense, it's declined. First down.
Okay, so the play holds up, a 24-yard pass play to Ted Popson. And now the concern is Dave Wyman, I think, is the player still down. Yeah, Smith got up. So there's a timeout on the field, and 42-19 San Francisco.
Bernie! Ask your company benefits manager or broker about Lifeguard, the HMO that takes an active role in promoting healthy habits for all its members. At Lifeguard, your health is our business.
San Francisco 1st and 10 at the 46. Waters in motion, handoff to Floyd, sweeps to the right side. Ricky trying to block for him, but no gain. Mecklenburg comes through to make the tackle, and in the meantime, Dave Wyman, the former Stanford star, is being worked on the sidelines. He needed a lot of help to get off the field. Boy, he was a tough football player at Stanford. In fact, he got one of the worst knee injuries that the Stanford doctors said they've ever seen. At a game at Arizona State, had to sit out a whole year, came back, made All-American.
He was almost a 49er at one point. After he went to Seattle, there was actually a trade. He came to San Francisco, but he couldn't pass the physical here because of a shoulder problem, and they sent him back.
2nd and 10 at the 46. McCaffrey in motion to the left side. Handoff to Ricky, sweeping to the left behind Deese. Follows Deese very well, cuts outside, keeps his balance, gets all the way down to the 44-yard line with good, strong running. Mike Kroll finally on the tackle.
Looks like our producer coming out of a bar at 1 o'clock in the morning on that run, didn't he? He was stumbling and rumbling and bumbling. We won't mention names.
No, we would never do that. Just short of the first down, it appears, on this one. Yep, they didn't quite get it, so it is 3rd down, and, well, they're going to take a measurement here to see just how close it is. Boy, Ricky Waters had a big game. And primarily as a receiver. He's had a couple of good runs, but primarily his value today has been some great pass catching. Had to bring the chains all the way across the field to the front of the 49er bench. And it's right at the football, right at the very edge of the football. And apparently they didn't quite get there. Liz Rich got that?
Yeah, just 2 inches shy, no more.
Okay. So the 49ers on a 3rd down play have very little to go to get a first down. By the way, maybe we can get Rich to check on Steve Wallace. He was being worked on. I noticed Rich down at about the 42-yard line.
We'll check it out for you.
Working on his hands. They heard it and getting some extra tape. We don't know, but Rich will find out for us. So in the meantime, San Francisco with 3rd and short, leading 42-19 with 10 minutes to go. Only Floyd in the backfield. Gerback on a quarterback sneak. Looked like for a second he dropped the ball.
Yeah, it did.
But apparently he kept it, and it looks like he got the first down besides.
There's a 10-minute ticker from Southwest Airlines. As we mentioned before, just one other game this afternoon. That was Minnesota at Detroit, and the Lions winning by a score of 41-19. Flying to San Diego on business, fly Southwest Airlines from Oakland, San Francisco, or San Jose to San Diego for the most flights and the lowest unrestricted fares. Southwest Airlines. Flying the low airline is just plain smart.
We'll get you a Wallace update after this next play. In the meantime, Harry Boatswain is the left tackle. Chris Dahlman is the left guard. Oates is the center. Deese is the right guard. Barton the right tackle. San Francisco with a 1st and 10 at the 44. Handoff, Ricky Waters following Deese around the left side, then tries to break to the outside and is brought down by Darryl Hall. And let's go to Rich.
Well, best I can determine, it's the left hand and maybe the thumb. And Lindsey McClain, the trainer, bringing Steve over to the bench. He's looking a little concerned about it. But he's so taped up, Wayne alluded to before, they look like the American Gladiators.
All right, so we'll try to get an update on that maybe in the locker room after the game. No gain on that play as the clock goes down to 9 minutes to play. Just nothing around the left side. So it's 2nd down and 10 yards to go. The ball remains just inside the 44-yard line of the Broncos. 42-19, 8:53 to play. And now Gerback saw the clock was down to 2 seconds, so he takes a timeout for San Francisco. And we'll do the same. There's a timeout on the field, and we'll be right back after this.
From the minute you open for business
at 1-800-GW-ASK-US. That's 1-800-GW-ASK-US.
Check it out, and you can go fishing.
Ricky Henderson on the sidelines watching this game today. Kind of reminded himself of what a ballpark looks like again. 2nd and 9 at the 43-yard line is San Francisco with a big lead. Gerback has the ball. Little pass in the right flat to Floyd, who had to leap to get it. That made it easy for Kroll to make the tackle with some help from Ben Smith. So 42-19, 8.5 minutes to play. And one regular season game remaining. That's at Minneapolis, 26th of December. Boxing Day, by the way, in Canada. I'm sure you all knew that. That's when you return your boxes to the stores. No, it isn't. I know. So it is 3rd down and 8 at the 42-yard line. Gerback lines up split backs. Waters and Floyd. Gerback goes back to throw. Short pass, left side. Floyd again forced to go up in the air and take another beating from Randy Hilliard this time. 2 in a row, one on each side. Flag on the play. Pray tell, what is the call from Mr. Johnny Greer? San Francisco, but it brings up a 4th down, so it'll be undoubtedly refused, and San Francisco will punt.
Didn't get a chance to give you Steve Young's stats for the day. He's 20 of 29.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 66. Offense, chalk block is declined. 4th down.
Bart Oates, 20 of 29, 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. You're putting that quarterback rating thing way up there. In fact, there's not another quarterback in the league within 20 points of him.
And nobody's even in the 90s, are they?
Yeah. He was at 110, I think, coming into today's game.
4th and 8 at the 42 in Denver territory, and if the Broncos have a rush available, this is the time to do it. Down 42-19 and 8 minutes to play. Good snap this time. The Broncos get in quickly, but Wilmsmeyer a nice punt, hanging up very well. Milburn signals a fair catch at the 8, but there's a penalty flag down. So we'll see if the kick needs to go again. Here's the call. Holding. Holding against Denver. Did it occur before or after the kick? That could be a 1st down. It looks like, though, the Broncos are bringing their offensive team out. That would indicate it was after the kick. 34-yard punt.
Holding, number 26, during the kick, will penalize from the spot of the catch.
So that's why they keep the ball, but they have to go a long way back there inside the 5-yard line. Denver finishes with the New Orleans Saints next week to wrap up their season, and that'll be it. No playoffs. Tim Harris out there, hoping for a late sack. so he can fill the Christmas stockings for his little ones a little easier. 1st and 10 at the 4-yard line. Millen at quarterback. And it's a draw to Milburn over the left side, and Norton grabs him with some help from Dennis Brown. Out to the 9-yard line with 7:45 to go.
Time now for a Mailboxes Etc. scoreboard update. In case you've missed this score that we've been getting this afternoon, it was Detroit 41, Minnesota 19 earlier today. Big or small, they ship it all for the holidays. There are 2,500 Mailboxes Etc. service centers worldwide, over 100 right here in the Bay Area. Mailboxes Etc.
Saxons 10, Norman 7. 2nd and 5 at the 9. Pass to the near side to Shannon Sharp. Makes the catch, makes the cut. Merton Hanks goes back and gets him at the 18-yard line. 1st down for Denver. 7 minutes to play. .3 lead, 42-19. That was a 9-yard pass. And the Broncos not in a particular hurry anymore, sort of apparently now accepting their fate with the score as it is. Really not racing up to the line, still working with a huddle. Shotgun, 2 men to block, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Millen wants to throw, then had to draw it in, decides to take off and run, something he doesn't like to do, and Tim McDonald explained to him why. He really cracked him.
Yeah, he thought about sliding, and then changed his mind, and then did a kind of a half-hearted effort and got clocked.
5-yard run. Make it 4. 2nd and 6. 6:15 to play. Out to the right side, Anthony Miller. 5 games over 100 yards this year in receiving, including this one. Millen back to throw. Gets a little pressure, but gets the pass away. Complete to Milburn, grabbed by Hanks after McDonald sort of turned him underneath a bit. Out to the 25-yard line. Sure to listen to 49er wrap-up for the lifeguard 49er player of the game.
I know who gets my vote.
Number 91.
Yep.
It's a spectacular play by Rhett Hall today. 3-yard gain on that play. So it is 3rd and 4 at the 24. Shotgun again for Millen. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left side. Miller against Dion. Millen throws to the near side and out of reach of Shannon Sharp, covered by Merton Hanks at the 25-yard line. They both fall out of bounds. And it's punt time for the Broncos. Next week, by the way, is a very unusual setup for the NFL because almost all the games will be played on Saturday with Christmas on Sunday. There's only one Sunday game, and that's Miami is home on Christmas night against Detroit, which could still be a big game for both teams. And then, of course, the 49ers the day after Christmas at Minnesota in Monday Night Football. 4th and 4. Here's the punt by Ruin. Another beauty. Carter driven way back on this one. Back to his 23-yard line. Cuts back up to the 30. Breaks to his right and is dropped near the 32-yard line. Tackle made by Keith Burns. So with 5:12 to go, the 49ers can do just about anything they want the rest of the way.
Ruin's got that 42.6 average per kick, and you think he gets a lot of it because he's kicking up there at Denver with the high altitude, but he's put on a good kicking performance here this afternoon.
Another 4.5 on the hang time, in fact, on that one. 53-yard punt. Sal Campagna, our erstwhile timer, hosted the sports writers who cover the 49ers this week, who take out the coach and George Seifert and some other members of management to dinner, and Sal's still counting the wine bottles. Here's a handoff to Lavelle, who's in the lineup. Takes it over the right side and crosses the 35 out to the 36-yard line. Clock down to 5 minutes to go. Alexander makes the tackle. I'll tell you this, with Ira Miller and Art Spander in the room, they weren't drinking Ripple. 2nd down and 6 at the 36. 2nd down and 5 at the 36.
Depending on who paid for it.
Singleton out to the right side, McCaffrey to the left, split backs. Lavelle's in there along with Adam Walker, and they give it to Derrick. He squirms his way up the middle, crosses the 40 out to the 43 where Kroll stops him, but they're close to a first down with 4:15 to play. And they didn't quite get there, so about a yard short. 42-19 and 4 minutes to play. Now they're going to measure again.
Yeah, trying to run the clock down, move the chains, and the officials keep calling timeout for measurements.
Stretch it out here. It's pretty close. In fact, they might get it. They do get it. So it is a first down for San Francisco, and with only 4 minutes to go, Broncos do have all their timeouts left, but I'd be surprised if they'd use them. So the 49ers had a 28-6 lead at half. By then, Steve Young had already set a new record for touchdown passes by a 49er quarterback. And while the Broncos made a short run at it in the third quarter, it was never really close. Gerback with a handoff up the middle to Lavelle, who gets really landed on hard by Dronette. Had Washington turned it inside to Dronette. Just a yard on that one. 2nd and 9. 3.5 minutes remaining to play.
3.5 minutes, Joe, and once again, you know, they've clinched the home field advantage. This was the point of this game today for the 49ers.
The goal since training camp was to be sure that NFC title game, if they got there, was going to be right here, and it will be now if they advance that far. 2nd and 9 at the 43-yard line. Gerback was split back, gives it to Lavelle on a little counter play, and he crosses the 45, and we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the San Francisco 49ers Radio Network.
An unequaled Air Force of reporters.
Jetcopter A-10 overhead.
Bay Area's best traffic team. Weekday mornings 5 to 9 on the KGO Morning News from KGO, San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose.
Mark the ball at the 46-yard line. 3rd down and 6 from there for San Francisco after that 4-yard play. 42-19. Singleton out to the left side. McCaffrey out to the right. Walker in the backfield, a fake handoff, and Gerback throws deep middle to Lavelle. Makes a great catch, takes a pounding on the play. They caught the ball at the 35-yard line from Rondell Jones, but held on. And that's nice to see Derek get some playing time because he's really looked good when he gets in there.
He has fun out there, too.
19-yard pass play. We're at the 2-minute warning. 42-19 San Francisco. Back after this.
Wow. Look at the size of this place. A guy who didn't know what he was doing could sure get himself in a lot of trouble here. But hey, I'm sure you'll pick one out. I mean, how hard could it be? Like these guys, they used to make a heck of a movie projector. And anyway, if something does go wrong, I'm sure a handy guy like you can probably just fix it yourself. But as long as you're here, maybe you ought to just look at an IBM.
Work as a team to service your vehicle quickly and expertly. You don't even need an appointment. Jiffy Lube's attention to detail is incredible. They feature only the finest products like Pennzoil, Quaker State, and Fram, and the customer feels like a king enjoying a fresh cup of coffee and reading a current magazine in the comfortable lounge while they wait. So if you haven't been to a Bay Area Jiffy Lube yet, call 1-800-4-A-JIFFY to find the center nearest you. You can bet we're proud to have Jiffy Lube as a sponsor of the 49ers once again. No Rocky Mountain High today for the Denver Broncos. 2 minutes to go, 42-19. San Francisco can run out the clock unless the Broncos use some timeouts. 1st and 10 at the 35 of Denver for San Francisco. McCaffrey and Singleton out to the left side. Handoff to Adam Walker. Squeezes over the right side. Alexander knocks him down. A little help from Dronette. Has it down to 150, and apparently Denver's not going to use any timeouts, so only a couple more plays will finish this one. Remember now, Monday Night Football, the day after Christmas.
Yeah, that game is definitely going to mean something to the Minnesota Vikings. So the 49ers, you know, to preserve the integrity of the National Football League and their organization have to play it. They can't go in and play it like an exhibition game.
You're absolutely right.
They cannot do that.
That just wouldn't be fair to the rest of the NFC Central. Gerback at quarterback, split backs, handoff. Lavelle, nice cut from right to left. Moves upfield, gets inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line.
Little guy doesn't do anything but good things when he's been in a ball game. And starting back in the preseason, I really thought that he was the preseason player of the year for the 49ers. And in the preseason. And then whenever on a special teams and he gets into ball games here and what they call garbage time, and always does really well and always has fun out there. He caught that pass a couple minutes ago, and then he flexed like Shannon Sharp does after he scores a touchdown. He gave it the incredible Hulk flex.
That was an 8-yard run. It's 1st and 10 of the 24 with 40 seconds to go. And the 49ers have not gone into a kneel-down offense, surprisingly enough. Adam Walker breaks outside, starts to run around a little bit, lets himself be chased, cuts back to the left, bounces loose at the 30, gets down to the 28-yard line, ends up losing about 5 yards, but it brings the clock down to 20 seconds, and they don't have to run any more plays. That's it. That's the end of today's game at Candlestick Park. The 49ers will be home throughout the playoffs and would host the NFC Championship game if it all turns out that way. That's the end of the game. The score 42-19. Back after this message.
J.C. Penney, Simply for Sports, and Apex present Eye on the NFL.
Finally, after playing 8 seasons here in San Fran, going to the playoffs 7 times, and earning 2 trips to Hawaii, people are starting to recognize me. Turns out I wasn't as...
Hey, Dad, look, it's Brett Jones.
That's Brent Jones. Heck, you may never be as recognizable as I am, but you can still wear my game clothing and equipment.
Welcome back. 49ers win today by a score of 42-19 here at Candlestick Park. And so let's give you some of the things that happened today. Here's your San Francisco 49er drive of the game, brought to you by Mercedes. And that was the first drive of the game. The 49ers would have become...
All of today's stars, San Francisco has clinched home field advantage throughout the playoffs. We are going to roll some highlights in a moment. But alongside here, one of the outstanding linebackers in 49er history, the man who has earned 4 Super Bowl rings, Keena Turner, is alongside. And Keena, my friend, if I tell you this is one of the 2 or 3 greatest 49er teams in history, what would you say?
Well, I'll tell you, Gary, the way these guys are playing, I'd have to agree with you right now. If they can finish it out, going to the playoffs as strong as they've been playing these last few games, Scott, they're going to be one of the best teams to go down in the history of football.
And we should say in the regular season, because you've gone on and won 4 Super Bowls. I'd say general feeling is the best 49er teams were 84 and 89. Offensively now, take a stand here. I know you might be talking about your old team here, but is this the best offensive club San Francisco's ever put together?
Well, I haven't been around any offensive clubs that can average 40, 50 points a game like this team has, and I'd have to say they have been. I mean, with the weapons that they've had, like the old weapons, Jerry Rice, Brent Jones, John Taylor, now the new weapons, Ricky Waters, Floyd, and Steve Young having this best year in the pros, you've got to say that these guys rank up there among the very best offensive teams that have ever played, really.
When Steve Young was behind Joe Montana, did you honestly think he'd become this good?
To be honest with you, Gary, I had my doubts, and he was always a great athlete. And when you're measured up against a legend, it's always going to be tough for you, which is what we always did with Steve. But what I'm most proud of and admire about him is that he's been able to take that challenge on and really rise up and become his own quarterback, become a great quarterback, and become a quarterback that's on the verge of doing something pretty good.
Let's break down today's highlights. We will roll them up here from Candlestick Park. And Keena, you'll comment, get in and out for me if you would, please. Another big house here at Candlestick. Have to know somebody to find a ticket. Young going to Waters here early for the game's first score.
Well, the thing that impresses me about the offense is that they really do a good job of mixing it up. One play it'll be Ricky Waters, the next play is Jerry Rice, then it's Brent Jones over the middle, and then all of a sudden it's Floyd banging you up inside.
What's this, emotional Seifert?
We'll see. And then here we are, defense. They've been coming up with big plays. You got Woodall coming off the corner, and whenever you get the sack like that from the blind side, the fumble's a possibility. They got a big play there.
That was Red Hall with the recovery, playing for Dana Stubblefield today, and then Young, 23 yards to the great Rice, 14-0. And you figure everybody's fired up at Candlestick. Denver fan. Here is William Floyd. You like this young fella, not so much, we know he can play, but you like the emotional things he does.
I love the enthusiasm about him. I love the way he wants to stick it up inside, and he loves to block. So when you got a runner that loves to block, you got a hell of a player.
Wade Phillips fighting for his life here in Denver. Reports are if he didn't make the playoffs, he's gone. Red Hall, 3 sacks. This fella played at Cal, then opened his career at Tampa Bay. Now he's looking like a Super Bowl champion one day. Waters, a 9-yarder with 35-13. I think Floyd has more style in the end zone than Waters, huh? No?
Well, I tell you, you got some guys that all could go up for Emmys with the way they did.
Here is Hugh Millen, came on 13 for 13. He's going here 76 yards to Anthony Miller. Over 2 games, Hugh Millen 20 for 20. The all-time record was Montana with 22 straight. Millen fell too short. Then Young, though, to Waters, and the dance is on.
Well, I tell you, again, I want to mention it, Gary, these guys are doing a heck of a job of spreading the ball around. They're not a one-dimensional team. They got so many weapons, and they use them all at any given time.
And there is your final. 42 for the 49ers, 19 for the Denver Broncos. Let me ask you about Deion Sanders defensively. No question he is the greatest cover man in the game today, but oftentimes when the game's out of hand, Deion doesn't tackle. What does a defender think about that? And again, we're talking from watching on television or watching on a sideline. What does somebody who plays the game have to say about that?
Well, you know, if you look at Deion, he's not built up to run in there and bump heads all the time. He's a cover corner, and as a defensive player, if he can get in the end zone when he touches the ball like he does, it doesn't bug me much that he doesn't tackle all the time. As long as he gets the guy on the ground or gets him out of bounds, that's the thing that you're concerned about. And if you notice on the long run that Denver had late in the game, Deion was the one that got him down before he got across the end zone. So that's making plays for me.
49ers now at 13-2, and the question has to be, if they play tomorrow here at Candlestick Park versus Dallas, again, I'll ask you to put allegiance aside. Who would you favor?
I'd have to go with the Niners. I mean, that game earlier in the year was a big game, not just as far as what the record is, but it did a lot for Steve Young's confidence. He's been playing tremendous since that game. It was a big game for him on both sides of the ball. I'd have to go with the Niners.
I have to laugh. Joe up in Section 3 here says it might be Detroit. He's a Barry Sanders fan. Anyway, somebody would knock off either San Francisco or Dallas here in the NFC?
Well, I tell you, anything can happen on any given Sunday. And I'm a Barry Sanders fan myself, but the way the Niners are playing right now, who could bet against them?
Yeah. I want to talk about if you were attacking the 49ers defensively. If we're looking for a weakness here, it's pretty tough to find one on offense. And again, we have to nitpick just to keep things interesting because the 49ers are playing so well. If there's one part of the 49ers you feel that can be attacked, take me there.
Well, I tell you, defensively, the way I would prepare for him is I would go after Steve, as much as possible and take my chances, because it seems as though whenever you don't go after him and just let them pick their way, that they pick you apart. So my game plan on defense was just go after Steve Young and make him the focal point and put as much pressure as possible on them. Offensively, I would try and run the football, obviously, and establish some kind of running game, and I'd stay away from Deion Sanders, number one. But I just really go for some big plays if I had, offensively. But, geez, they've got so many weapons all over the place that it'd really be hard. I wouldn't give up on my game plan either. I think people do that a lot. So
fair enough. Keena Turner, I know, has been a Bill Walsh man, so with Bill no longer at Stanford, you're probably going to go into some TV work now and say, assistant coach, I'll see you later?
Well, I'm looking for work, Gary, so if you got some ideas, let me know.
I'd like to